What is going on, everybody? How are you guys doing? I don't think there's anybody here. There's so many better shows to be watching, and I totally agree. I was also watching New Blackstreet. Those guys are great. There's also D-Day Cobra. A bunch of the people that would probably be here watching people like me or whatever are probably watching other stuff. So hopefully people watch this on the repeat if you guys have the time. It's like I'm probably going to keep it short. I mean, if people show up, it'll go a little bit longer. But the main reason I'm doing this on Friday instead of Saturday, because normally I do my Sy-Cast on Saturdays. I'm going to award this. I'm going to award this with Chris Gore and like him. Well, Film Threat puts it on, so it's Chris Gore's thing and Alan Ing. And there'll be a bunch of people there, a lot of movie directors, a lot of indie movies and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to going to that. I go every year for the last 3 or 4 years now, I believe. I think this will be my fourth year. Yeah, this will be my fourth year going to it. It's a lot of fun. You get to meet some cool people. Usually the drinks are free. That's always cool. Hey, free drinks, it's for me. It's a little far from where I normally or from where I live and how far I kind of travel away if I'm going to go do stuff. That's the only problem. It's like yeah. It's a little far. It's a little far. But let me say hello to the people that were here early. Let's go with Lieutenant Garatina now. Got to get that right. Even when I read it and I know your name, I just want to say Sergeant all the time. I'm just like, you were Sergeant for so long, man. Congrats on the promotion. You got Extreme Meme with the pirate flag. Boom, with the pirate flag. Got myself saying hi back to people. We got Psycher Mantis says, "Oh yeah, hey Psycher, if you want to jump on, man, shoot the shit. I'm going to talk a little bit about Ward this. I'm going to talk about Megacon, um, and then Megacon / the Geeks and Gamers meetup. I was going to do a couple movie trailers and talk about, like, my opinion, probably one of the better movies of at least so far this year. It's about to release, but I got to see it early on the screen unseen on Monday, and I thought it was really good. So I'll be talking about that. And then yeah, I'm not sure what else. If people jump on and then I have more people to talk to, great. But I know there's a lot of people who stream on Friday nights. That's kind of why I've usually stayed away from streaming on Friday nights unless I do them really late at night, which I might do another one later after I do laundry, because I'm gonna do this. I got to do laundry and get all my shit ready. So at least I have something nice to wear to go to award this. Because I was looking at all my shit yesterday and I was like, oh man, I got to do all this laundry. Damn. I kind of forgot it was this weekend. And then I saw all the posts and stuff about it. So we got Leah Marie 05 says, "Hey, Syfaxx. Hey, chat. Hey, Leah Marie. How are you doing? How are you doing tonight? It's a nice Friday night. It's not too hot out here." Psycher Manta says, "You wearing a blazer?" Nah, I every time I go, I wear jeans and like a nice button-up short sleeve. That's I don't have anything nicer than that. That's literally my nicest stuff. I don't go to nice stuff. I've just never been one of those people. Never needed to own a suit. Literally last time I needed a suit was for a cruise almost 8 years ago, or something like 8 years ago. And at the time, I'm a little bit bigger now. I'm like, I'm pushing slightly over 200, but my buddy's about 185. At the time, I was like 190. So I was able to borrow his suit. So I was like, "Hey, man, I just need it for like one night because you have to have like what's called a captain's dinner on a cruise. So you got to wear a suit and tie and all that shit." And I was like, "Okay, whatever." So, I mean, I looked nice. His suit fit me. It was a little tight, but I mean, whatever. I'm a bigger dude than he is, regardless. Even when we were the same size, I just have like a bigger chest and arms and shit just because I worked out and he didn't. So, whatever. But yeah, I never needed to own one, and I don't go to things like that consistently enough to justify buying one. Other than I know it's nice to have. It's like, hey man, just in case. I don't have just in case things. I know about stuff that I'm going to like months in advance. If I need something that nice, then sure, I guess I'll go and get one. But it's just gonna sit there and collect dust, and then I gotta like I don't know, air it out for a couple days before I use it. If I because that's how little I go to those things. Shit, even the last like 3 weddings that I've been to have been like outdoor kind of random affairs with like kind of I don't want to say redneck style people, but it's more like country adjacent. And they're just like, yeah, we're gonna be outside, wear jeans and a nice shirt, and then we go inside and have nice food. It's all good. It's all good. Want to roll with me? If you make it to Glendale, we can carpool. I might consider that. I mean, if you're driving, that'll give me more room to drink, but that I still got to drive home once I get to where you're at. We'll see because my car has been being kind of weird. Like it's it's running fine, but I think the water pump's going in it, so I'm not super stoked about that. We're having to replace a water heat or a water pump in a fucking it's a 11 or 2011 freaking Camaro, and I'm like, just looking inside that engine, I'm just like, this is gonna be a pain in the ass if I got to do it because I'll do it on my own. Fuck paying somebody to do it. I'll just buy the part. Screw that. It's all good. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll hit you up about it. Hey, if you like I said before though, if you want to jump on the stream or whatever, if you want to jump on, or if anybody in the chat wants to jump on to talk about any of the topics I'm going to be talking about, I mean, some of it's going to be stuff that maybe you guys aren't going to. Like, obviously, award this. A lot of the people from this chat probably not going to that. You guys don't live out here in California. It's out at I want to say it's Santa Fe. What is it? Santa something. It's at the Frida Cinema. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Like I said, I've gone the last 3 years. I think Psycher here's gone as well. And I don't know, we have a good time. It's cool meeting like random movie directors and stuff because it's a lot more chill and relaxed because it's like low budget stuff. And there's a couple people who show up who might be bigger names, but they do like a random indie movie and they'll actually show up, which is kind of cool. It's like I think I met Damien Leone at one, and I'm a big fan of the Terrifier series. So yeah, here. Bill Gates is cooked. There's proof coming out that he has been to the island. I've seen some stuff about that. Yeah, I don't have that as one of my topics tonight, and I didn't bookmark the stuff that I've seen because whenever I see stuff like that, it's usually on X and Twitter or X Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and I'm always apprehensive about bringing up stuff that I see on social media sites unless it's like verified multiple times type of deal. So if I only see just one post about it, I'm not going to be like, check this shit out, guys, and just slang bullshit around. I don't know. I rather, well, for one, I try not to get into political news stuff, even though one is literally in the title of this show. But it's the biggest story of today. That seems to be happening almost every because I've been streaming like once a week. I want to try to up that to at least back to 2 times a week, maybe 3 times a week. I'm going to be upping those numbers probably after Megacon because I'm trying to save a bunch of money for Megacon. Then after Megacon, when I'm saving money, I can start investing it into like all the stuff I kind of want to do around here. I want to change my background around. I want to get some better lighting. I want to make it look more like a proper streamer setup, get a better camera, maybe even a better mic. I don't know. My mic's not too bad. I think I just need to mess with the settings. It's kind of hard with the voice, but my voice is so low that I'm like, I've tried to mess with it. I've tried to fine tune it. Whatever. It works easily much better solo because then I don't have to talk over people or people are talking over me. It's like this is all you get. This is all you get. So it makes it a little bit easier. Ronnie says, "Hey there, Syfaxx. What's going on?" And then Psycher says, "Laugh out loud. We drink. Yeah, that's what we do. It's a good reason to go out and drink. Go hang out with a bunch of cool people and drink with a bunch of actors, movie directors, people who have worked on these movies for like low budget indie movies because that's who shows up mainly is a bunch of indie movies, which I think is really cool. It's cool to just I don't know. They've all been nothing but nice to me every time I've been there, and it's like I'm just random guy. I'm just like, yeah, I know Chris Gore, cool. And then they're like, oh, that's awesome. And then you just have a normal conversation after that. And so everyone's been pretty awesome with that. Bootzilla says, hello, Syfaxx. What's up, Bootzilla? He says, you got 300 subscribers again. Congrats. Yes. Well, I got up to 301. I got up to 301 and then I dropped back to 299 and now I'm back to 300. So well, it's funny because when I hit 300, I actually hit up Chris Gore and I was like, dude, I'm going to do a 300 subscriber thing tonight. He actually got back to me and he's like, for 300 subscribers, he's like, I could do a video for you, But he's like, "Let me know when you're about to hit 500." And then he's like, "I'll probably jump on a live stream when you hit 500." So I'm like, "Well, now I got a goal to aim for. Let me aim for 500. I can have him come on. That'll probably boost it over 500 so I don't got to worry about dropping below it again." Like if I can get that little extra boost of just having him on here for a minute, I was like, "Oh, man, okay, cool. Now you're kinda giving me a goal," which that's cool. That was cool. I mean, I was surprised he even responded because sometimes, like, if it's a message he doesn't wanna respond to, or unless it's something like we're meeting up somewhere or whatever, he'll just not respond. That's that's pretty typical. Pretty typical. He's a busy dude, busy dude. Let's go on with the comments here. Blackstreet Kate is covering up. I was watching some of it, by the way. DA is there. Is covering up what? Covering up what? Or covering which part? Megacon, Word This, Don Lemon, or what? Because I was just watching them before I went live. I was watching them for the last hour, well, 15 minutes ago. Get on sub you to 2.99. I feel like once every time I say it and you see 300, I mean, go for it, dude. It's all good. I'll go make a fake account. Like the Bill Gates thing. Maybe I'll stream snipe him. Maybe I'll just stream snipe him real quick. And that way we'll see if they're still talking about it. That way I can get a little bit of context about it. Just stream snipe them for a minute, see what they're on about. Let's see. Oh, now they're talking about pimps. Hmm. What did Don Lemon do again? So there's certain laws out there where like it's like a protection of religion, and they actually did it to well, they stopped it, or they made the law because a lot of people back in the day were storming predominantly black churches, interrupting black church worship. And so it was like the KKK clause or something. It has a much more technical name, but that's what most people know it as. And so it's like protection of religion, and it's under your First Amendment right. And so you can't go on a private property and do that kind of stuff, like go inside of it and do the reporting and all that stuff. So it's basically attacking the First Amendment. So which is it's a real hard one to go and do. Like, well, I mean, obviously it's easy to do. You can just go in there and interrupt worship and do stuff like that. But since he went with a group of protesters, but the protesters went in there, and then he's on video being like, "Well, the point of stuff like this is to terrorize people." They're sitting there terrorizing children. He even videotapes himself saying that, doing that, and he's like, "Yeah, look at all these scared children." It's kind of crazy. Even if it's a kooky cult religion, well, it's just it was a bunch of Christians. So whether you consider that kooky and whatever, it's like that's what America was kind of founded on, like Christianity, Catholicism. It's like the oldest one here in America. And yeah, I'm not super religious, whatever. That part I could care less about. If you want to protest churches, go stand outside of them, like some of these other people do with your signs, yell from outside. Don't go in like next to the pews where people are there praying and listening to the gospel. Don't do that. Plus, churches are private property. So once you do that, you're kind of trespassing. Like you can go into a church without filming and stuff like that to enter a church because that's what churches are for. But if you go in there with the intent to do that, and now you're filming yourself doing that, you say you're there to do that. Um, that's where it starts getting pretty fucking shady. And the person who organized the whole thing, she got arrested. There was that other dude who was like yelling at everybody. He was like, "Look at all these white privileged people," and then that guy got arrested. And everyone's like, Don Lemon went in with all them too. What's going on? Where's his charges?" Well, he finally got hit too. It just took a while because he's a bigger name, but he tried to throw the guise of being a journalist, right? And the irony of that, the best irony of it, is he made fun of the January Sixers who tried to do the same thing because they were like, "Oh, we're journalists. We're journalists. We were just documenting what was going on." And the judge threw the book at them, right? It was like, "No, you were there with them. You conspired with them. You were doing that." And it was like, Okay, sure. I mean, because there's a bunch of YouTubers. Well, Don Lemon's sitting there saying, "Well, I'm a journalist." It's like, but you're not anymore. You're a YouTuber. So you fall into the same thing you were criticizing. He doesn't realize that he's doing that on top of everything else that he did. Like, he conspired with everything else. He talked to the people beforehand. He knew where they were going. He went in with the intention of doing that. At the end of it, like, he was just with it. It would be like, "Hey," I mean, it's not the greatest comparison, but at the same time, it's very true. "Hey, I'm gonna film these people robbing the store. I'm not gonna rob the store, but I'm gonna document them doing the robbery, right? Let me document them doing the robbery. I'm just here for journalism, right? Let's just see how they do it. Let's see how they pull it off. Like, what could go wrong for me?" It's like, no, you're conspiring with these people. That's that's not legal, dude. Like, you were made aware of this beforehand. You knew what they were doing beforehand. You even say the point of this is to traumatize and terrorize these people. And it's protected under and religion doesn't matter what religion it is, it's all protected under free speech. And a lot of people are making a good argument that, hey, if this happened at a mosque, there would be outrage, like outrage, but it's acceptable to go and attack Christians and Catholics and anything that's not Muslim. If you go against that, now you're Islamophobic and all that stuff. But Christians and all that stuff, yeah, terrorize children? Yeah, no, he even said that because he's like videotaping children coming out crying and stuff like that. And like that was what they went there for, is to traumatize these people because obviously children are at church too with their parents. It's not like you're going into an all adult church. That would be called a cult. Like that's a cult. Castle Grace or Grace Skull says, Syfaxx, how are you, beautiful? I am doing good, just chilling. I'm also the main reason I'm doing this stream is because I'm not doing one tomorrow. I'll be at Award this with Chris Gore, Psychomantis in the chat, Alan Ing, a couple other people. I might try to live stream there. I don't know. Maybe just take some video, cut it together. Just going to have a good time tomorrow. And the timing of when he's doing his show, the award show, is when I would probably be doing a stream. So I'm gonna go to that. I got invited to it. It's free. Well, free for me, whatever. Free for me, free for Mantis. Why not? Why not go mingle with some cool people? Gives me something to do on a Saturday. It's been a while since I've gone out on a Saturday because I usually stream. So I prefer to hang out with you guys. People out here in California kind of suck. They suck. The voice protagonist. Hail Syfaxx. Hail voice protagonist. How are you doing? How are you doing? Psychomantis says, send me an invite. Fuck it. Sure. See me flex. I don't know. I haven't been working out as much. I was trying to work out a little bit before Megacon, and then I got sick this last week, so I haven't been hitting it as hard. I'm still coming like that's why I'm a little nasally. I'm still been taking a lot of NyQuil, but it's like even 1 week of just like not hitting the weights right. It's like it feels like you lose a little bit. It sucks. But I'll get it back before I get to MegaCon. I'll be my arms will be more defined. I'm not anywhere close to a six pack. I mean, the closest six pack I have is I'm drinking it right now. Actually, in that case, I got two six packs because I got a 12 pack. There you go. That's as far as that goes. Let me send a invite to Psyker here. He'll come jump on, shoot the shit. I'll see if he's going to MegaCon. Also, I wanted to shout out MegaCon here in just a second. Let me find Psyker. Sometimes forget how many people I talk to on here. There you go, man. It's in your still sexy there. I like your smile. Thank you. It's not as white in person. I need to fix that. I want to see how much it costs to whiten my teeth because I lived pretty hard in my 20s. I mean, I don't have cavities or anything. It's just like smoking and whiskey when I used to smoke cigarettes, not great. So, I mean, sure, I smoke vapes now. Doesn't really disfigure the teeth or discolor the teeth. So that's not that bad. But yeah, if I could whiten it like 2 shades whiter, I think it would be better. Just not that bad, but it would be a little nicer. Maybe the camera is helping. Well, so I just wanted to bring up the Don Lemon thing because yeah, he did finally get arrested, and there's I believe federal charges against the guy. Whether that'll actually stick or not, probably not. They'll probably bullshit his way through it. He's just trying to be relevant and ham it up or whatever. The guy was an idiot when he was on, like, he was one of the worst fucking people on there on CNN to begin with. Like, I don't watch the news. I don't watch Fox News really either. I see random clips here or there, and I'm like, I don't like either, like any of these networks. And, I don't think anybody trusts any of that stuff, and if you do, that's on you. Like, I don't know, I do my own research. I judge it based on my life experiences, look at stuff, and then if it goes to court and then I get to watch, like, the court cases, that's usually when I kinda more weigh in on stuff or, like, I really have an opinion on stuff. Because then you get all the facts, you get all the videos, you get the evidence and stuff like that. I prefer that. How can charges not stick? Well, that's the thing. Maybe they'll look at it like, is it better to lock him up because then they could try to martyr him? Because technically, in the last few weeks, I mean, obviously he wasn't shot or anything like that, but they could try to. They're already using it like, oh, this is against journalism, and it's like, yeah, well, so is attacking people like Nick Shirley because he went out there and exposed all that fraud, and now they want to say, oh, he's not a real journalist, he's only a YouTuber. Well, how do you start out? You either this is journalism or it's not. Which one is it? If it's not, then what Don Lemon is doing is not journalism. You don't just turn on camera and like, this is for journalism. Usually you need like a company behind you, some type of backing, whatever. Yeah, I mean, you can make one. I've heard about people doing that. You can like make one, get a business card and be like, I'm with XYZ. And then you can get into some places. But for the most part, it's like, just because you say you can do that, like, I can just turn on everybody has better cameras than a lot of people nowadays just on their person. What, just because 'cause you're documenting it, you're a journalist now? Like, and Don Lemon is I'm sorry, he's retarded. He might be one of the dumbest people I've ever heard speak other than who's that chick that also speaks kinda like him? Joy Reid? What an absolute idiot. These people are and, like, it they're the exact definition of failing upwards. It's like, how did you get this far? And no one was like, this person's an idiot. Like just the way they rationalize, like they're not problem solver type of people. They just talk to talk. They're not even good at it, which is crazy. Like that, they're the kind of people that the only reason people watch them is to watch them mess up and fail. That's it. That's it's like I don't know, go and watching Jackass, except those guys are intentionally trying to fail. These people, they're being serious, and it's like, oh my god, they're the people that you realize these people have the same voting rights as you do. Their word counts just as much as yours, and you're like, how, fucking how, like how are you even alive half the time? You're an idiot, but okay. Be careful with that. The whitening stuff is sometimes damaging to your teeth. Make sure you go to a reputable dentist. What's funny is we actually have one over in DA's chat named Staccato DDS. And he actually lives like his dentistry is not too far from me. If I was going to go to one, that would be the one I go to. Just because he's a cool guy, and I just laughed about that the other day. Like when it might have been a month ago now, but when I was hanging out with DA and he was there, I was just like, dude, I might hit you up for some whitening, man. Like, because I'm the same way. I'm like, I don't trust dentists. I don't trust that shit. Because I remember when I went in the last time about however long ago it was. Well, actually, no, I remember when I had to get like 2 teeth pulled when I was in my early 20s, and because I cracked them like separate times, but I cracked them and like the nerve was exposed. And at the time, I didn't have insurance, and it would have been either I think it was $1,300 for a root canal or 150 bucks to pull it. So I just pulled them both times, both of them. Teeth have been fine ever since. They kept telling me my teeth are gonna like come in on themselves and it's gonna be hard to chew. It's gonna be, and it's been fucking 14 years or whatever, and nothing's happened. My teeth haven't moved at all. So I'm like, oh, you guys might have lied to me. But yes, I don't really trust that too much, but I would trust Staccato. I think he would shoot. I think he would be a straight shooter with me. With that being said, I do have, well, I had a guest. Give me a second. He'll be right back. He will be right back. He was back there. At the very minimum, he was filming in a church. Well, I think you probably have a certain right to do that. I mean, if obviously people film sermons and stuff like that, but if he was doing it like, that's the thing. That's the weird thing with churches, right? Because it's like churches are supposed to be kind of open to the public. Like you can just walk into churches to go pray, go ask forgiveness. A lot of them are open to a certain degree. And yeah, you can do that. But if you went in like you usually would ask permission first because it is private property. Like at the end of the day, it's private property. Even just doing that and you're doing it with ill intention, now you're kind of trespassing to a certain degree. So that would be the bare minimum. But once you start like antagonizing people over their religious freedoms, which is protected under the First Amendment, now you're leaning into some kind of sketchy territory. And it's just kind of funny that the black gay man, Don Lemon, whatever, is going to get charged with what's considered like the KKK act. It's just like the irony is just it's too funny. Like it's like of course you'd be that dumb, like to go like you don't know the First Amendment well enough. You're a journalist. You should at least, I don't know what you can and can't do. You would think you would have been taught that at some time when you're supposed to be out there reporting, doing the news. Like, hey, what can we and can we not do? It should have been part of your job when you're sitting there saying, I've been doing it for 30 years. Well, you did it poorly for 30 years. And apparently, the whole time you didn't know what the fuck you could or couldn't do for 30 years. So, of course, you're going to be useless going forward. You dedicate that much time to being wrong, you're not going to change. You're not going to learn. You're going to just continue to be wrong until probably you die. However long. You know what? Live as long as you can, dude. Go for it. But continue to be wrong. I actually this is where I stand with a lot of this stuff. I don't want like any of these people. Like I don't want any of these leftists hurt. I don't want them. I don't want them fucking jailed. I don't want anything like that. I want them to be able to speak their mind and be out there. Be out there as much as possible because it's free marketing to show how fucking insane these people are. It's the freest market. You don't have to do anything other than let them speak. That's it. Just let them explain your position. Just do it and watch them just say the most outlandish, crazy shit you've ever heard. And you're just like, yep, okay. That's it. That's all anybody even slightly left of center needs to hear. And they're like, holy crap, let me move a little bit further to the right. Let me move a little bit more conservative. Maybe I don't believe that fucking crazily. And it's like because they keep going further and further to where they're even leaving their own leftists behind. They're like, wait a minute, no, 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 we don't go that far left. Like so now those people get pushed to the right. And now it's an endless cycle. And I'm like, let these people talk, man. Let them go. Shit, sorry, Psycher. I just saw you in the background. Oh, you left again. One second. I need to blow my nose. Syfaxx finding the silver Syfaxx finding the silver lining with the protesters. Well, I don't know if it's the silver lining. I've just felt that way the whole time where I'm just like I don't know. I'm a person of common sense. I do a common sense style job. I don't know. A lot of my jobs have been to find solutions, not make problems. So I don't know. I find solutions and stuff, and a lot of them are pretty simple. And watching people be problems, I find it easy to find solutions. Anyways, with that, we got Psyker here. What's going on, Psyker? Can you hear me? Psyker, can you hear me? Syfaxx finding the silver. Syfaxx finding the silver. Well, I don't know if it's the silver lining. I've just felt that way. Oh, your stream is a little behind. I don't know. I'm a person of common sense. I do a common sense style job. I don't know. A lot of my jobs have been to find solutions. Not me. Can you hear me, man? Are you there?
Yo.
Yeah. No, you were technically on. I forgot to add you to the screen. My bad.
My shit is tripping. I'm fucking trying to figure it out. Also, I'm like reading the Don Lemon thing because I know nothing about it besides of what you said.
Yeah. No, I mean, what I'm saying is just repeating what both sides of the news have said. What's up? This is Psyker, everybody. He's been on the channel before. Usually, we're playing video games and stuff like that. He's a homie in real life. He's good people. We also do not agree on a lot of politics at all. Still the homie. It's all good. Like, this guy's awesome. He's always fun to hang out with. Usually we're always drinking. It's great. Gotta love that. I think your camera froze. He says laugh out loud, be right back, froze. Yeah, so he just messaged me. He'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this one. Let's kick that one from the studio. We'll go back. The media platforms use lunatics though, and the stupid people buy in totally. Yeah, well, I mean, you can go with the TikTok brain stuff. I don't even watch anything on TikTok. If I've watched stuff on TikTok, is because people have thrown it onto Instagram. And what I've liked about Instagram, I'm sure TikTok does it too. I just never used it, and I never liked that platform. It's way too. I don't know. The one time I tried to use it, I was like, everything I saw for like, I was like, let me scroll. I think I was there for maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and I was like, there was nothing funny, nothing intriguing, nothing interesting. But I have definitely seen stuff on Instagram that was clearly re-uploaded from TikTok. You know, it'll still have the TikTok thing on the bottom, and I'm like, well, there is some stuff on there that's. Whenever I see those, it's usually something funny though. Like, what I do like is, say if you're just having one of those nights you're doom scrolling, it'll curate to what you're watching. So I've had nights where I'm like, what's the best way to put it? Like, you end up on Black Twitter of Instagram, and it's just like the most racist black stuff from black people. It's usually always black people being racist to other black people. Funniest shit ever. I mean, I got a bunch of clips of it, and I've played a bunch of them, and I mean, even most of them have been sent to me from, I don't know, other black friends, whatever, like my black friends, and I just find it hilarious. They're great, but also just like. I just like how it curates to what you're watching that night. So say you're watching, I don't know, movie content, or it'll bring up a bunch of movie content or whatever. So I'm like, that's always interesting. Sometimes you get on a good night where it's just like nothing but funny shit, and so I'll have like a bunch of stuff saved. Yo, you're back. What's going on, man?
Dude, my computer's on the fritz. My fucking kicking me in. This is what happens when you don't upgrade or update shit in too long. Can you hear me though?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah, you're reading up on the Don Lemon thing.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you did anything wrong.
Well, if you're against religion, sure, but it's against the First Amendment.
Well, I'll give you like an olive branch. You remember when Pussy Riot got in trouble for doing that thing in that church in Moscow back in the day? I thought that was tasteless. I don't think they should have gotten fucking, I don't know how many years they got in prison.
Well, I'm sure it's a lot different out there in Russia than it is
here. No, they're way more strict about.
Well, exactly, but it's like over here, it's literally protected under the First Amendment. Your right to free speech and to practice religion is also covered under the First Amendment. Whether we like it or not, it's there. It's the law, and whether you like it or not, it really literally comes down to this: did you break the law? Yes or no? Answer is yes. Yes, you did. Should you have some punishment for it? Sure. I don't know what it should be. Probably not prison time or something. It's obviously
No,
not
you should get
super.
probation or a slap on the wrist. But you didn't do anything
Yeah,
wrong.
it shouldn't be anything egregious, but I mean, it's still
Like
you did break the
egregious.
law, and it's like hey, can we agree on that? Like, I'm pretty sure yes, technically under our laws, you broke the law. Now, do you like those laws? There's a bunch of laws I don't like, but if I go out there and break them, I understand the consequences of my actions. If I go and I have a whole 12-pack of beer right now and I'm like, I'm going to run to the store just a block away, I can drive there, no problem. I'm not drunk. I know I have a possibility of getting pulled over and getting breathalyzed and going to jail for it. That's my decision. It's dumb, but I know the consequences of it. It's dumb,
Right.
but you know, you reap what you sow sometimes. Like life slaps you in the either on the wrist or sometimes in the back of the head for being an idiot. Like, it's all good, but it's your choice to make that. But when you're making a choice like this, like what he's doing, and you say you've been a journalist for 30 years, you should know where these guidelines fall under. You should know some of these laws by now. You should know what it actually covers and what it doesn't cover. And when you've not been a journalist for working for a big company anymore, now you're literally a YouTuber. You don't fall under the same coverage as like a company journalist. Like, you need to be licensed, like you're a journalist under CNN, under MSNBC, under Fox, whatever. Those people have like official credentials technically to be press. That would be a different, now you're kind of under a different story. They actually fall under kind of a different guideline. But yeah, if you're just out there and that would just mean anybody with a fucking phone on them could just be like, wait, I'm a journalist though. I'm just watching. It's like, it doesn't work like that. I would just say that like I was joking around, but it's kind of hyperbole, but at the same time, it's not. Like, just go join a friend at a robbery. Just make sure you're filming it and being like, look, I'm just here to document the whole thing. I wasn't going to get any of that money. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But sure, it's obviously a different level of crime and whatever, but it's like, you're still breaking the law. At the end of the day, you're breaking the law.
Children.
Yeah. That's what Dan Lemon says in like on his own video. He live streamed the whole thing. And he was like yeah, no, I wouldn't watch the whole thing, but he says it in.
Yeah, I don't even. I never even liked his stuff when he was at CNN, and I'm a left wing guy, you know me. So I'm probably not gonna watch it, but I want context what the fuck happened. So
yeah, no. So what he ends up doing is like the pastor goes up to, like, he's talking to the pastor, and the pastor's like, I would kindly like you to leave. He refuses at first, and then he finally does leave. So at least he does leave after being asked to leave. But they were in there. There's a bunch of people just yelling at all the people in the pews, and there's children huddled and crying. And then when he's outside, he's filming the people leaving with children crying, and he's like, yeah, that's kind of the point of these protests, you know, is to I don't think he says terrorize. I think he says traumatize. He's like, it's kind of to try to traumatize people. And that's the real point of all these things, is to traumatize people. And it's like, what are you doing, dude? Why would you even admit and say that? Like, he probably would have been so much better.
Words?
Yeah, it's either terrorize or traumatize. It's one of those two words. He says that. He's like, that's the point of these things, is to traumatize these people. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, it's his own words.
Well, I'm sure nobody gives about terrorizing children. ICE fucking did that yesterday in Van Nuys. I don't know if you heard about that. My cousin's kids were locked down in a school because ICE tried to break in, and the principal wouldn't let them go in. So,
well, law enforcement doing their job is a lot different.
How so?
Hold on. Traumatized. So it was traumatized. It wasn't terrorized. I didn't think it was terrorized. I think people were saying he went there to terrorize and then traumatize people. I think that's just the wording people were using. So I knew it was one of those.
Okay.
But how so is it different? One person's actually, I don't know, doing their lawful duty. Now, I don't know why would they be going to the
Germans
school
were doing
unless
their
it's for
duty when they were collecting Jews.
That's the funniest part. That's the best part. That's the best thing that leftists have. Nazis. When like Mao and communism and all that shit was way worse. Literally, 7 to 8 times worse. But it's like, okay, you could use a better example than fucking Nazis.
Why do I have to use a better example? It's a good example. It works. The same people that fucking root for ICE probably would have rooted for the Jews to be collected because they were defrauding the economy.
Were they there legally? Sounds like they were there legally.
Who knows? Who knows? Germany changed the racial codes at the time, so they became illegal. And a lot of people supported that shit because they could steal all the money that they were fucking taking.
So they could steal the money they were taking.
They were making.
The intent was to cause trauma at the church. Yeah, exactly.
I'll give you the olive branch. I don't think churches should be. It's not a good look. Like, leave it alone. You know.
Well, I mean,
I make fun of Christians all the time.
Yeah, I'm not religious. I'm not super pro either any religion.
We make fun of religion all the time, me and you, dude.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's like, hey man, dude. But at the same time, at the end of the day, I'm like, hey, you do you. I'm not gonna go into your place of worship. Like, it'd be like if you came into my bar and you disrupt my drinking, I'm gonna still be pissed at you, dude. You're gonna terrorize me for it. You're gonna have a bad time. But see, then you'd probably get jumped by a bunch of people that have way more guns than you. Like, it's just, don't come to my bar and do that. Like, it's not gonna go well. But these people are just there to,
What do you mean these
pray.
People?
No, like the people at church. The people at church are just there to pray and worship Jesus or whatever they're doing. Congregate. They do it once a week. Everybody knows they're going to be there. Like, and then also in the last couple of years, there's been a couple church shootings. So what's their first reaction? Like, a lot of churches have gone through preventative measures and gone, like, they've told their what are they called? Parishioners, something like that. Their flock, whatever. They've actually almost done what like schools have done and shown them how to lock down churches and stuff when if something like that were to go down. Some of them have gone to that degree. And when you have stuff like that happening, your first reaction to a giant violent mob, or like a giant mob coming in, is this is going to go badly. Like, the last couple times people come in yelling and shouting ended in gunfire. That's going to be your first response. Shit, we're about to get shot. It's just a bad look.
Yeah, a lot of schools have like a guideline codes or whatever.
Yeah, it's like emergency.
Yeah, for shootings and just for different events. Acts of God, earthquakes, fires, what have you. Especially with in LA. Where,
we used to do earthquake drills, fire drills.
Yeah. And now shooting is into that.
Yeah, now shooting would be part of it too. It's like, you did them every like half a year or some shit. You just went through the motions. But also, if I was ever in school during an earthquake, I don't think that ever happened. There was a fire at one of mine.
Right, the Northridge.
We just walked out.
Northridge earthquake was that was at night.
Yeah, I was 5 years old at the time, and I slept right through it. Bookshelf fell on one of my mom's roommates. Bunch of shit happened while I was asleep, and then they woke me up after it was done. I was like, I didn't even know what happened.
10 or 11, I don't remember. Definitely.
It was 1994.
Yeah, I was 11.
Yeah, it was 94. So, there's the Northridge. And I'm actually close to the Northridge fault line out here. Like, I'm closer to that than wherever the other one is. But, yeah.
Did you always stay out there?
Well, where I'm at now in Chatsworth is closer. But I was from Sunland to Hunga, which is closer towards Glendale. Like, it's about 25 minutes closer. Like, I mean, it depends on the time of day and the freeways and stuff. Like, I can make it to where you're at, where you're at is actually over the hill. You know where Sunland to Hunga is at. You're right around the corner from there. Because you're right below Montrose, right?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, so right after you go over the hill into Tahunga, and then it turns into La Crescenta for like a few streets, and then it turned into, it's La Crescenta's on the left, Montrose is on the right. Like, if you're going east, if you're going east on the 210, like it'll be split. But where you're at is right next to Sunland Tahunga.
back when the earthquake happened, I was living in Las Feliz though. So, but that's not that far.
Yeah,
From, yeah, it's still like we felt the same. Whatever.
yeah. I just remember my grandma, my mom always told me this story. Is like when I woke up, because they woke me up not after it happened. It was during when it was happening, so everything was still rocking. And I told him, I was like, "Oh, I just thought there was a bunch of big dudes on the side of our house pushing it." Like that was my child's brain of understanding an earthquake. Was there's just like dudes from wrestling for some reason pushing our house, and I was like, that was my fucking reasoning because I didn't understand what an earthquake was. It's crazy. But we were also talking about award this. You're going right?
Right. On a positive note, of course, dude. I've fucking gone to that like you, like maybe the past since I've known Chris Gore. I've been to every single
I
one.
think at least the last 3 years. Maybe it's been 4. I believe it's 3 years though that I've gone. Because I think I met him after he did one 4 years ago. Because I think I'm going on about 5 years knowing this guy. So, and I met you a couple months after that through the meetup group and all that stuff. Like we all met at the movie meetup group. So I think this will be the 4th year. This is definitely, I think definitely the 4th year. But yeah, man, each one of them they're always a lot of fun, a lot of drinking.
It's gonna be interesting, man. I don't want to speak on why, but like, I just have a thought that I got to share with you, like in a private chat or in person.
You can put it in the private chat. Go for it. I can respond to it. There's a private chat menu on the StreamYards link.
No, dude, we'll talk about this. If you want, come to my place. I'll fucking drive. I was supposed to pick up Paulie, but Paulie wants to go at 8. Like I don't want to. I want to get there before doing the pre stuff to catch up with everybody because
the pre stuff starts at 7, and then the
6.
show starts at 8.
Show starts at 6. I want to say the show starts at 6.
Oh, that's right. They do 2 showings, don't they?
Pre stuff starts at 6. Pre party show starts at 7. But you know what? I'm gonna text Paulie right now to verify.
Wait, don't they do 2 showings of it too? Oh no. That was the movie that they did. That's right. When they did a film, or when they did the not Film Threat Sucks. It was what was the movie that he released? He released a movie.
You're talking about G4. Attack of the Dock.
Attack of the Dock. When you did Attack of the Dock, he did 2 showings of it. So it was like they had one showing at 7, and then they had another showing at like 9:30. That's right. That's why I'm thinking I've been there a bunch of times.
Because he did it at the same theater.
Yeah, he does all the stuff at the free to cinema.
Okay, so 6 p.m. is the cocktail party. 8 is the show. Okay.
So I might leave a little before 4 because, like, from where I'm at, it's almost a 2-hour drive, and if I hit traffic, it's definitely a 2-hour drive. So, I mean, you're like I said, you're about 30 to 40 minutes closer than I am.
Right. Sorry, I'm just texting Paulie because
no problem.
He asked me initially
Supreme says, don't forget the reason they went to that specific church. One of the pastors works for ICE. This was a targeted form of harassment. Yes, that was the other. Well,
then I completely fucking support what he did. Fuck ICE. But again, we stand on different lines of the political spectrum. And that's cool because we're still friends.
I just hope they get funded even more next year. Just double the funding. Do it.
Right. I hope they disappear into obscurity. I hope all the people get prosecuted when fucking left-wingers come back to power.
They never will. There's too many people with common sense. Common sense
is not common.
Well, it's crazy because I work in nothing but like blue collar fields and everything like that. And everybody, even literally every Hispanic person I work with is pro-Trump.
That's
here in California, by the way.
Every Hispanic person I know is against Trump.
Yeah. Do they work?
Yeah, no, of course. Have you ever met Mexican people that don't work in Los Angeles? It's some of the hardest working people on earth.
Yeah. They're usually at all these rallies. They're out there holding signs.
The rallies
I mean,
are
I guess to
rallies
be
are
fair,
mostly kids.
that is work. That is work.
Have you
for them,
noticed most of the
so.
protesters are either really young kids or really older people, like the
Or old
working
white
class?
men, or like old white women.
Oh,
Like
like
all the
Karen,
ones in
yeah, yeah.
Minnesota, all the Minnesotans, it's like only white people, and like
Yo,
there's a
Minnesota is going to be the
fuck.
start of the revolution. Who would have thought? I would have never picked that state, but it is what it is.
They're gonna what march through the snow? Bunch of idiots. They literally burn down their own towns when they go to fuck it when they get
Hold on.
mad about shit. They're the bunch of people are just gonna burn down all their own shit and be like, we got nowhere to go. State is literally retarded. Anybody siding with them, I'm sorry. It's just like, really? These people burn down their own cities.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Minnesota has only about 100,000 illegals. California, Texas, a bunch of other states have way more. But Minnesota's a true blue state.
Well,
So
that's why like it's
weird
gonna be
that they
great
were
when
able to
when all the fraud stuff starts actually targeting places like California. Oh, it's gonna be glorious. Because it's 10 times worse here, and it's not just Hispanics, it's not Somalis, it's a bunch of like
apparently Armenians, according to Dr. Oz.
You know, it's crazy. I was actually about to say that because everybody I know, well, any Armenian that I know, even tells me
he's Turkish. Do the math.
No. I'm saying the people that I know who are Armenian, like they've straight up told me when I go to buy a new car or something, and I'm like, hey, what do you think about this place? And they're like, that's Armenian owned. Don't go there. Do not go there. They
yeah, I'll tell you that too.
Dude, yeah, they did. Well, it's because
they're
fraudsters.
If you need to fix your car, go to my Armenians. Like if there's certain things, because there's good fraud.
Yeah, no, that is true though. Like, well, there's fraud that'll benefit you, but they're still committing fraud. They're willing to do it, and it's like, well, who's more likely willing to do it?
This country was built on fraud by immigrants.
This was built by settlers. Thank you very much. Immigrants came here after it was built.
Yeah, but they didn't just fucking pop out of nowhere.
Yeah, they came out of the places that after this was built by settlers, then the immigrants came. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Hey, once everything's done and ready to go, then we'll come there. That's fine.
You
know what that sounds like? You know what else that sounds like? That sounds like women. You know what else is very women? Democrats. Wow. Who would have thought? All these things have a lot of things in common. Once things are built and ready, and now I can go there. Let's go right for the pickings. What a democratic and I don't know, womanly way to look at things.
All right, I don't really support Democrats either.
But I mean, lefty is very Democrat.
No,
to be fair, I think you're more.
There's a big difference between
you're not today's age leftist. You're like 90s, early 2000s leftist. Like that's which is way different than what it is today. Today is super radical. It's like it's way different.
But woke liberalists still think within the confines of capitalism. They still support the invisible hand. Leftists, true leftists, are more critical of certain facets of capitalism without necessarily wanting to destroy everything. But we can be better. There's things that are exploitative in nature. Woke liberalism is just, it's a cop-out. Because, mind you, they support a lot of the same things. Bill Clinton was a Republican in sheep's clothing. They support a lot of the things conservativists do as well. So,
I mean, you can go back to early 2000s and stuff like that, and all the talking points that Republicans are doing now is what Democrats were saying then. Right. You can watch a ton of videos of even Obama saying, yeah, we need to deport these people. Hillary Clinton need to deport these people. There's the hundreds of videos of them doing that. That's what they ran on. Trump did the same thing. He's bad now. This is terrible. This is awful. Like this is awful. The only reason it wasn't as bad is because not everybody and their mother had a fucking camera and tried to blow up on social media and make themselves a fucking martyr over it. It's
Do you remember
literally
when
it. Even CNN did a ride along, actually multiple ride alongs with ICE back then. And they just covered it like, hey, whatever. And that stuff was still happening. This stuff was still happening. It just wasn't.
Obama
Didn't have
started
100 people also watching it.
right? Obama started the whole border policing and deporting. Like he deported a lot more people than
It
you
started
realize.
in 2002, so it
Yeah,
actually started under Bush, I believe.
and a lot of conservative people that are conservative now. Like I remember Alex Jones used to criticize George Bush so much. You know,
I don't really agree with
it's
Alex
weird to
Jones
me
on a lot of
that a
stuff.
lot of
He's just
people,
funny.
right?
And
He's
so
a goofball
ridiculous. He's
now,
just ridiculous.
but it's interesting to me how people that were very like "don't trade on me" and rebellious nature, anti-government, now support a lot of the things the government doing. So now it tells me that it's based on if your party is in power. If your party is in power, then January 6th was an act of rebellion, not an act of terrorism. It's a matter of perspective.
See, that's where we madly differ there, because it's like, no, we still actually don't want government overreach. We don't want that.
Then move to Somalia. That. If you don't want government to do anything, then move to a country that has no
we don't want government overreach, but we still want a law-abiding citizen. Like we want laws to be there. We do like the laws that are in place. But
how much is overreach? You don't think ICE is overreaching? Federally,
not at all.
Kidnapping.
They literally have, they not only have warrants, which a lot of people say they don't. They literally had one of their cars raided and ransacked, and the people that videotaped themselves doing it showed all the fucking warrants that they had. Nobody looks at the actual ICE website that shows all these people who they've actually already captured, that have these rap sheets that are fucking like 3 pages goddamn long that are posted on the ICE website. They are getting rid of these people. It's crazy, but nobody wants to talk about that. And you know what's crazy? There's a ton of them that are white. There's a ton of them that are black. There's a ton of them that are Hispanic. There's a ton of everybody. It's weird how almost everybody who's come here that's illegal has like that they've gotten rid of has actually some type of thing that's not just, hey, I came here illegally. Because that's don't get me wrong, that's the baseline. That's the base. The baseline is you came here illegally. That's the baseline. Now,
do you feel
stack on top of that what else you did?
Do you feel that people that came here legally, being their last illegal act, that have worked, that have contributed to the society, that have paid more taxes than the rich, because illegal people have paid way more taxes?
They don't pay taxes though. Yeah. They pay taxes on sales tax and stuff. They don't pay taxes. Sales tax and stuff like that is just, hey,
that's a matter of political opinion. But do you feel that there should be immigration?
Well, how can you pay taxes without a social security card? How did you get a social security card? You either obtained it illegally? I had a social security
card before I was a citizen.
So you got it illegally?
No, I was given one as a student. When I was, on the student visa, I had a social security card.
You got it through a visa, yeah. So you were here legally.
I was technically never legal. No.
You got it through a student visa that you obtained it legally then?
No. It's a student visa. I was a kid.
That's legal then. Like
right.
That's what that means, dude. You were here legally. It's all good. I have German friends and stuff who came here and did the same thing.
Let's use the legal after somebody contributes to society and they have a job and they work normally, right? They pay taxes from their salary. You're saying they don't, but not everybody doesn't. Some don't. Some
a lot of them are paid in cash. I've literally worked on job sites where a ton of people are paid in cash.
Do you feel that there should be some form of immigration reform where people that haven't committed any crime after entering this country, whatever way?
It's funny. What I actually you want to know my full breakdown on a lot of this, and this will make a lot of sense. I swear. Is I want it to be, for one, easier to come here legally. That'd be great. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be easier? Wouldn't that solve a lot of problems? Yes. The other thing is what a lot of people do and they fail to realize is because we have so much illegal immigration in general, that there's only so many judges who see these cases. There's less than, I believe it's less than 200. It might even be less than 100 judges that deal with immigration law, judges in the states, all 50 states. You know what they're dealing with? Illegal immigration. If illegal immigration wasn't here, you know what they'd be able to do? They'd be able to deal with legal immigration. So there'd be a lot more people coming here legally, but now they have to deal with all this illegal shit. So all the illegal people are actually fucking with all the people trying to come here legally because there's only so many judges that actually deal with this stuff. They're tied up in the illegal crap. That's what's actually happening. That's why it's so jammed, and that's why it gets pushed back more and more and more. You have 1,000 people come in that came here illegally. Now this one judge has to see 1,000 people find their way out instead of the 10 people that want to come here legally. And there's only like I'm telling you, it's like a small amount of judges. It's a really small amount of judges, and all of them are tied up in the illegal shit. And that's not hyperbole or anything. It's just how it works. There's only so many judges to see so many cases, and so it gets backed up because there's millions of people trying to go out, and some of them want this, some of them want that, some of them just accept it. It fucks up the system. So you're fucking up the system by coming here illegally for the people who want to come here legally. By coming here illegally, you're fucking it up. Because there's only so many people to run this through. How many people can you talk to in a day? Like, and then go through a whole court case. And now times that by, even if there's 75. Well, you said legal, but you had an illegal visa, but that was also legal.
No, it was a student visa.
Which is legal.
It started as a visitor visa, student visa, working visa.
Which is legal. Yeah, all that's legal.
Yeah, but I'm not bothered by any of the illegal immigrants. If they had to cut a corner and they came from Lord knows, what kind of a background that they were going through, I don't know, conflict zones, whatever. Like, it doesn't bother me that they did what they had to do to come here. As long as, they're not doing crazy shit that hurts upstanding citizens afterward. And the percentage of the people that do that, yes, of course that exists, but like it's very small compared to what ICE is picking up. ICE is going after people that are going to their court dates, that are going to school, that are going to work. They're not going after criminals because criminals don't announce themselves,
Well, what you're failing to also realize is, sure, for every maybe 1 to 2 bad guys that they pick up, sure, they're getting rid of maybe 5 to 10 others that are in there. You know what those people are doing? They're harboring fugitives, and also they're fugitives themselves.
They're hiding Jews. Got it.
Well, the Jews hiding Jews. So no, they just happen to be
there
and
from the Gestapo.
Pick them all up and get rid of them all. Do it.
Right.
ICE is going after only criminals. All illegal aliens are criminals. There you go. Hiding Jews. What? Yeah, no, he lists everything. Like that's the leftist talking point. Everything is a Nazi. Everything's a Nazi.
Everything is a commie. Well, you're talking to one, so by all means.
That is true. That is true. Okay, back to better things. So there's award that's coming up. Let me go ahead and play the trailer for it. Obviously, we're never going to agree on our political stuff. Why?
And that's fine, Why? Dude. There's still nothing but love.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's interesting. You can. I prefer to talk to people than just be like, oh, we don't agree. Fuck off. Like,
that's true. Biden is not even a socialist. That's very true.
No, not even everything is coming. Biden is not even a socialist. I don't think Biden is fucking cognitive. So, like, he's. I'm sure they reanimated that corpse way too many times. I'm surprised it's still walking right now. There's enough juice in there to, I don't know, form a sentence. That's crazy. And you know what? To be fair, I'll even say the same. He showered with his niece, who was like 14.
There you go. That was both fucking pedophiles.
That was written in her own diary, which is crazy. Like, that's in her own diary. Like, and no one batted an eye. Like, that's not fucking weird. Like,
we've been run by pedophiles for years. Both parties. What are you gonna do?
Says your friend is cool and refreshing. I want to see more like him. Social media is a cancer in society. Absolutely. No, Psycho here is awesome.
Do you remember that day when Instagram crashed and everybody was losing their mind? I fucking loved it, dude. I'm sorry.
Well, I loved it. So Instagram crashed. There was another day where Twitter crashed. Every time that happens, dude, people break down. It's like society collapses for a second. It's wild. It's wild. But yeah, so we talked about award this, but I wanted to show the trailer for it just so other people can see what we're going to. Let's see here. Award this. Boom. Let's pull that up. What does that look like on here? Add to the stage. Let's make this the main one. So here's the trailer for award this. This is what we're going to. This is like a cut together thing of the last few of them. This is what we're going to tomorrow. If you guys aren't fans of Film Threat, I mean, it's all good, but Chris Gore is awesome. Film Threat is a great channel. Go check them out. They're friends of ours in person in real life, but also they usually do pretty good content. If you're into indie movies, especially, they do really good coverage of that. Film Threat's also been a magazine for a long time. You know, I'm giving a massive shout out, and he's been nothing but good people to me. Why not be good people back? And so let's go ahead and show the trailer for it. Let's check it out.
Chris Gore, I'm going to play this in my opening monologue at the award. You ready?
One second. I didn't know it was 5 minutes. We're going to watch like a minute of it. I'm going to play in 5 minutes. So I'm going to play like a minute of it, maybe 2 minutes. I'm going to use the bathroom and grab beer. By the time I get back, then I'll stop it. So I'm just going to let it ride until I'm back. I'll be right back.
Now you can see Deadpool or Inside Out 2, that new Dune movie or Nosferatu.
Welcome to the 75th annual award this year. It's the 6th. That's it. This is the fucking 6th year.
But big budget films bore me like the Mad Max saga and Joker for all I do with Lady Gaga.
We're here for two reasons, right? One, to celebrate the work and accomplishments of all the indie filmmakers. And number two, to have a good ass time.
I spent thousands on flop after flop, from Hitman to Axel F, Beverly Hills Cop, or Godzilla vs. Kong, Planet of the Apes. I like films where the director gives an actor 2 takes, because it's all they can afford.
It's not about what your movie costs, it's about what it's worth. And this movie cost $2,500 to make.
It cost us more to come out here and accept this award than it cost us to make the movie.
I need another role. I know you guys can't pay that much, but
I pledge this year to fund anyone's movie with no money.
Keep it in there.
I, a Hollywood actress,
like Kevin Arnold had Winnie,
recently played a Japanese woman.
Like Mean Girls had Lindsay.
It's not offensive because I'm rich.
Or Wilford had Brimley. Keep it in there.
Thank you for throwing such a nice event for true indies and not studio films claiming to be indies.
I'd like to also think that film threat means that what we all are doing is a threat to the status quo and a threat to mediocrity.
We wanted to stay as true to not using AI and keeping it real.
Independent film is wonderful. It means you have artistic power, artistic control. Film LA can blow me.
Independent films always make me smile. No $200 million budget like Argyle. I like dreamers and folks who keep it funky. Not that weird Robbie Williams movie with the damn monkey. I'll take shaky cameras. Don't make me nervous. I like good storytelling and no craft service. Stolen locations, no back lots. I even like seeing booms in the shot. Cause one take's all we got.
Yes! Does beer come in this later?
Yes!
I thought this was plastic, but it's glass.
Yes! No. Yes!
Well, that is what you can expect at... Oh, Psycho got disconnected. You guys want me to play the rest of it? It's only 2.5 more minutes. I can play the rest of it. It's pretty funny. Love that Yes guy. What a legend. Yeah, I can't remember his name. He was great. He was great. Let me go ahead and kick the old Psyker and get Psyker back on here. Hold on. Let's do the dual layout. So yeah, that was the trailer for Film Threats Award this. That was 2.5 minutes. If people want to watch the rest of it, I can go ahead and play the rest of it. It's all good.
A lot of that was from last year. A lot of those.
Yeah, a lot. I think most of that was from last year. Pretty much all of it.
Dante and fucking what is that dude's name?
Alan Ing.
No, I know Alan. No, the guy who was the singer guy that did the little acapella or whatever.
Oh yeah, he was the one who sang
on.
He sang on Attack of the Dock.
Yeah, I follow him on Instagram. He does a little betting action for football.
You know what we got to go to? We got to go to the horse races soon, man. We got to go hit up Anita Parkway. Go to the horse races. Go
You know, they
gamble on
say
some
that's the
horses.
purest form of gambling. The horses.
I just have fun at it. I go on the days where it's like dollar beer day and shit like that, and you just go drink for cheap, have $1. It's like dollar hot dog, dollar beer day, drink for cheap, and just bet cheap on horses. And there's been times where I've gone with $100, left with 150, and then just times where I went with 100 and I left with 0. So it's all good. While drinking and eating all day, you know. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's one of those days like, hey, you got an extra $100, you want to just go kill a day, go for it. Just go have a good time. And you get like after a few drinks, after a few of the first runs, a couple of the first races, you're just like, you start getting real into it. Like, just like I'm about to bet on freaking, I don't know, Sissy Fiddlesticks over here. Sissy Fiddlesticks at number 5. I'm gonna put $10 at Sissy Fiddlesticks. It's like that's a hell of a name of a horse there, dude. Like, it's a lot of fun though. So that was award this. I have a question for you. Are you going to Megacon?
Me?
Yeah.
I talked to Rock about this. I don't think so, dude. Because it's in Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando, Florida.
And what are the dates?
The 19th through the 21st, I think, is the actual. No, the 22nd.
March or February?
March. So it's a month and it's just under 2 months away.
Well, actually, that gives me time. I haven't thought about it because honestly, between me and you, I was thinking about taking kind of a break from, like I wasn't gonna go to San Diego Comic-Con. I might not go to Vegas. Like, I'm taking a break from the meetups. Like the next thing I was gonna do is LA Comic-Con just because it's easy and yeah. But how much are tickets? Are they already sold out?
No, the tickets aren't sold out. They're selling tickets up until like almost up until the day of. But just to fly there, I was looking at cheap tickets to fly there, and to fly there and back was about $550.
That's crazy, man. They're like international tickets are cheaper than that.
Yeah, well, I mean the flight there, it's just because there's no flights. If you could fly into Fort Lauderdale, like I thought Fort Lauderdale was closer than I realized. It's actually 4 hours away from Orlando. It would have been $200 to fly there and back, like $200 there and back. And I was like, that'd be great, but no, Orlando, since it's like that's the it's one of the biggest tourist spots in the world because of Disney and Universal and all that shit. So to fly into there, it's kind of expensive.
The reason I want to go is because everyone's going to be there. Like I know,
dude, everybody is going to be. It's crazy.
Yeah, like Drinker he's going to be
there.
Right?
Drinkers going, Nerdrotic, Gamers, everybody.
Yeah, you're going to like him, dude. Drinker's an awesome fucking guy. Meeting him was cool as hell. I know fucking Jeremy lives out there.
Yeah, most of the Geeks and Gamers crew is out there.
So
Rip is going to be out there. All those
have a political rant with that guy. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make it to MegaCon, dude. It's just.
Yeah, I'm definitely going. But with that being said, I don't know if anybody in the chat is going. If people in the chat are going, let me go ahead and share this with Geeks and Gamers. So if you were to go to the Geeks and Gamers website here, at the top of the Geeks and Gamers website, it says 2026 Meetup RSVP. If you were to click on this banner, you can do the reservation to go to the meetup, which is going to be on the Saturday, which I believe is the 21st, right? Yeah, 21st. It's the Saturday of MegaCon. So after you're done with MegaCon, you head over to what's it called?
Is MegaCon one day?
No, it's a whole thing. It's like it's
the weekend, right?
It's Thursday through Sunday, like just
okay,
like it's like Comic-Con. It's basically Orlando's version of Comic-Con.
Fuck, maybe I should go to because I've never been to Orlando, let alone
me either. I've been to Florida for all of 1 hour, and it was Fort Lauderdale.
Flight stop.
No, I got diverted on a cruise ship I was on. I was on a cruise ship during hurricane season when that really bad hurricane like destroyed Texas, and we left out of Texas. And we came back, and that we could see the hurricane just like ripping through Texas. So we sat on one day to see if like maybe it would die out, and then they diverted us to Florida, So we got off in Florida, and so I got off the airport, got right onto a bus, and I drove through to Fort Lauderdale, and then just got on an airplane and left. So that was my experience in Florida. So I got to see some of it. That was cool, but then I immediately left because I was already like delayed 3 days from getting back to work. So I was like, I need to get back to work, dude. Fuck. Like my 7-day vacation turned into 10, which was cool for me, and I had a great excuse. I'm like, sorry, dude, hurricane. Like, which, worked in my favor. They're like, what do you mean? And I was like, here's a video. Check this shit out. Like, we can't really dock there, dude. My bad. But yeah, it's a lot cheaper to do cruises during hurricane season for a reason.
Yeah.
It was still fun. Also, while this is up, let's go ahead and shout out Drunk 3PO. He has a comic book out. Drunk 3PO support explodes with 1,200 gifted memberships as race to sell 2,000 copies of Daughter's Revenge continues.
Yeah, these are really cheap. Sorry.
Damn, 1,200 gifted memberships. Jesus Christ. Even at I think the cheapest memberships, I don't know about his channel, but usually they're like $3 to $5. This guy just made, it's 30%. 70% of whatever it is. He still made like $5,000 just off gifted memberships. That's insane. That's pretty amazing. Good job, Jay, man. He's good people. I've met him a few times now. He's pretty cool.
Have I met Drunk 3PO? Because you were with me at like two Vegas.
I don't know. Were you there when he pulled up in that sports car? It was like some type of Lamborghini or some shit.
I don't remember that.
That was the year that I met him. He pulled up and
a lot of people I meet, I don't realize they have a channel or a YouTube personality, and sometimes I'll never know because I don't watch everything. Like I didn't watch Nerdrotic for the longest, but I knew Gary for a little bit of time through Gore until I started watching his stuff. Hold on, I'm still on the Megacon stuff. I'm looking it up. It's cheap as hell, dude. The actual event.
Yeah, they're like $50-$60 a ticket, and we're only gonna go. I think we're going Friday and Saturday. So instead of buying I think the 4-day ticket, it's like 100. It's like 150.
Yeah, 45 for Friday, 64 for Saturday. That's more expensive than Comic-Con, but
I mean that's just for
not
the
San
2
Diego,
days,
which is impossible.
Yeah, but I think for all 4 days it's like $150. So if you just wanted to buy something like that, but it's like, you could save yourself $30-$40 just by buying the couple days you're actually going. Because I'm not going Sunday because I got to leave Sunday.
Yeah,
and I'm showing up on Thursday. So and Rock's picking me up. So
Rock's in New York, right?
Rock's in North Carolina.
He's in North Carolina. Really? I thought he was New York based.
No. He's in North Carolina.
What part of North Carolina? Because I have friends in North Carolina.
I can never remember the name of the town that he says he's from, but
he
says he's about.
Raleigh?
That actually sounds right. Raleigh actually sounds
Raleigh's
right.
the capital, but there's I have friends where the base is, where Fort Bragg is. I don't remember the name of the city, but it's like 40 minutes from Raleigh, and it's like an
Tony
army.
Elias says, I thought Rock was from New York too.
Yeah, I fucking thought
a lot of people.
Yeah, because he also has some left opinions, even though he's center right. But you can't not have some left opinions if you live in New York, dude. It's just you know what I mean?
No, he's just more
he sounds like a New Yorker.
He's not very political at all. He's just I don't know. He's been a good friend of mine for the last little over going on about a year now. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Once me and him started hanging out, we haven't stopped. So I thought he was possibly going to be on tonight, but he's. What's up?
Yeah, you've never.
We never hung out in person. No, we're gonna meet out there. Well, what's funny is even so Angel and DK
Republicans
Bones
in Orange County and some in San Diego, but they're mainly outside of the cities. There's a metropolitan areas are blue.
There's a bunch of them up in Yosemite. My cousins are up there. You go up there and there's nothing but fuck Newsom signs literally on the side of the road going up Yosemite. It's great. Love it.
Of course you do.
Oh, it's perfect. I'm just like, oh man,
He's a
these are
good-looking
my
governor.
people.
He'll make a good-looking president.
Just because you look good doesn't mean you fucking know shit. That guy's a fucking idiot. Have you listened to him talk?
I know.
He's awful.
New scum. I don't like him.
I mean, that's a pretty apt name. Pretty apt name right there. But yeah, it's
But
no,
watch,
no,
they're gonna like do a Kennedy thing with him. They're gonna try to push him like the next Kennedy.
Nobody's gonna vote for him.
No one will ever fill the shoes of JFK, so they need to stop doing that shit.
Well, the thing is like it's just easy to point to all the failures that he's done in California. Like anybody that it's just so easy, just like.
And he flip-flopped a lot. He flip-flopped on a lot of
It's like, just look at California. Do you want like that? That's all you got to do to beat him is to like, look at California. Do you want your state to look like that? And it's like, no, you don't. No, it's because obviously
generates more revenue than any other state and more than a lot of countries.
It also went from a 80 billion surplus to a 50 billion fucking deficit. So yeah, that was a great flip flop it did there. Like he flip flopped that one real good. Actually, I think it's even higher than that now. But yeah, good job. That's what happens when all your Fortune 500, when a bunch of your Fortune 500. He looks like a Batman villain, and that's just the truth.
I could see him he could be a good Two-Face. You splash some acid on half his face. That's a good Two-Face.
Well, I mean, considering he talks out of both sides of his ass, which is both his face and his mouth. So yeah, he's already Two-Faced. Like,
yeah, I'll still vote for his Two-Faced ass or any Republican. Heyo.
Well, I never. Just 'cause I said you were my friend doesn't mean I ever said you were my brightest friend. It's all good.
hey, let's not get personal. Your guy fucks 15-year-olds.
Yeah, that's hearsay.
Anyway,
by the way. But yeah.
Yeah, well, hearsay, schmearsay. Release the files. But they all fuck 15-year-olds.
I actually believe in that too. But let's see here. Let me go ahead and check out. I have another thing to show.
Dude, if I clear my March, dude, I might go. I might. You might have. Yeah, I might 180.
Yeah, no. Let me know. I mean, I know as far as like me and Rocker, like we got a hotel room, and because I'm only there for like 2 days. But I know he was joking, but at the same time he was true about it. He's like, hey man, there's an extra couch. But other than that, you might have to get your own hotel because that would be another expense. And I can't remember the name that we're going to because he's just gonna pick me up. I'm just going along for the ride, man. I'm just there to experience fucking Orlando. Let's go check it out for a few days. Why not? Fuck it. Go meet up with a bunch of people that are more because there's a lot of people that, and I've always liked that whenever I've gone to the Vegas meetups. There's a lot of people from the East Coast that come to Vegas to come hang out there. So I met a lot of people from the East Coast, and they're obviously Orlando's a lot closer for a lot of them. They're going to go to that.
What
and
are
I
the
was
Canadian?
just like, I never had the money for it. This year, I'm doing all right.
What are the names of the Canadian couple from? They're always they used to be moderators for Gore. And they're awesome.
Yeah. Pico or something.
The dude, the bald dude, and the forget.
And his wife, Miss Pico Coffee.
Yeah.
It was Miss Pico Coffee. Yeah, I went and I did a.
I wonder if they're gonna go to Megacon. They're awesome.
I don't know if they're gonna go to that one. Maybe I'll hit them up. But we did a what are those rooms called where you do all the puzzles, the escape rooms. We did an escape room. I did an escape room with them, and they were surprised because I figured out a bunch of the puzzles, and they're like, "We've done a bunch of these, and like we've lost a bunch of them." And I did one with them, and we won. We won with like 7 minutes left, but we still won. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like because I figured out a bunch of the puzzles. I was like, I like puzzles. I've never done an escape room. I did one with them. So as far as escape rooms go, I'm 1 for 1, which gives me 100% success rate. You know, have me on your team. I'll figure shit out. I'm not an idiot. I've never done one before, so I didn't know what to expect, but it was a lot of fun. I was like,
freak me out, dude.
It was pretty cool. It was just like, just searching around the room, figuring like what connects to what. It's a giant puzzle. So I like puzzles. It was a lot of fun. They were good people. But let me see here. Let me go ahead and pull up this. Oh, so this is some of the stuff that's actually happening at MegaCon for anybody that might be going. So there's celebrities, animation voices, anime guests, gaming stars, comic creators, cosplayers. Well, of course, there's always. These are just the guests. So you got John Cena, Orlando Bloom, Elijah Wood, Sean Astin, John Boyega, Helen Hunt, Alec Baldwin, William Shatner, Dominic Mahagan, Liv Tyler, Billy Boy. Just look at this list. Like, what an awesome list of people there's a chance to go meet. Obviously, there's probably going to be massive lines to meet some of these people. But it's cool that this is a possibility. You can go do it. Some of the attractions is the main events, anime, comics, cosplay, gaming, horror. There's just so much stuff to do. I don't want to go through every single one. But it just looks like a lot of fun. I like their layout
John
better than
Boyega,
Comic-Con.
Star Wars Battlefront 2. Shouldn't it be Star Wars in general? It's kind of weird.
It just says Star Wars under John Boyega on mine.
Oh, it does?
Right here, Star Wars.
Wait. Oh, okay. I'm probably looking at something else.
Oh yeah, so it tells you how much the pricing is. Just an autograph is $80. Who the fuck's paying
That's
$80
pretty
for
normal.
his?
Some are higher, dude.
Dude, when I met Lou Ferrigno at my local comic shop, his autograph was fucking $20.
I met who did I meet? Michael Biehn, from Terminator. I think he was like 80 or 100, I don't remember. But the company that I think I told you about this, the company that has like Michael Biehn and the whole cast of Aliens, Jim Lee, a bunch of other people, is run by John Dalmagnan, the drummer of System of a Down. So I got to meet him, and he actually gave me a bunch of shit for free and talked to me for a cool minute. But and a couple other guys, Chavo from System 2, I got to meet. But like they all have a going price rate. Some are way more expensive than others. Some are
It's
really
funny when I lived up in Sunland, Dahunga, the guy who used to fix my car, like when I had kind of a beater car, he was the lead guitarist of System of a Down's uncle. So you go into his office when you'd go to sign the bill or whatever. He had all these signed like one of one pictures of his nephew, basically, just all over the wall. And I was like, where did you get these? And he's like, oh, that's just my nephew. And I'm like, oh, what? I was like, it's like the guy from System of a Dad's uncle fixes my car, man. It's cool.
Oh, okay. I see why I thought it was Battlefront, because they double list. Like if John Boyega did a voice acting gig, they put him under like
yeah, he might do panels for it or something. He might have double panels or some shit.
Like Giancarlo Esposito is under Far Cry 6, and like he's done way more things than Far Cry 6.
Yeah. Dude, after all the shit Esposito said, what a fucking idiot.
Well, what did he say? What amazing things did he say now?
You didn't see that on Film Threat? Like, well, I mean, they've actually been covering that on a bunch of channels today.
I don't watch everything religiously anymore. Like honestly, I catch up stuff on Drive.
So no, exactly. And so I do a dual position at my job. I either do deliveries and driving, and so if there's a lot of deliveries for that day, I get to drive around. When I'm driving around, I listen to the podcast. I can catch up on stuff. And then other than that, I'm in the warehouse and I'm doing sorting and like figuring out, putting shit away and just getting everything else done. So on days where I got a lot of driving to do, and luckily which are nicer days, because sure, you got to move heavy ass water heaters around. I work on a plumbing gig right now. So it's like I'm moving heavy ass water heaters and shit. But it's like in between that, it's like an hour drive to get somewhere. So I got an hour to kill listening to podcasts. So I get to catch up on all this shit. And today was one of those days where like 6 hours of my 8-hour day was I get to listen to podcasts. And I was like, fuck yeah, this is cool. And so, but a lot of people kept bringing up the same things. It was like, obviously, anytime there's a big political thing, whether these channels are political or not, you got to bring it up. It's the same thing with Charlie Kirk when he died. It was like, hey, you got to talk about it. It's the biggest fucking thing in the news. You're just going to ignore the fucking elephant in the room. Okay. So now the biggest one today was Don Lemon, which that's not even anywhere close, in my opinion, to what happened with Charlie Kirk, but it's the biggest thing. You might as well mention it. But
What did Giancarlo?
So that kept. Well, that was the thing. It's like he was like, "Oh, we're so close to a civil war," and he was like, "I think everyone should get out there and fight and do that." And it's like, dude, these people.
First of all, he's a rich person, and
exactly.
I'm not. I don't want to be classist, but like at the end of the day, the true leftist position is the rich and the poor can lead on completely different planets. But also. The reason why Civil War won't start mainly is because most Americans are out of shape and they get tired because they fucking don't walk anywhere. Everybody drives or takes public transportation. Like, no, dude, no one's gonna fight.
Once I got for how out of shape I am, I can still. I mean, I've just actually tested it like a couple of weeks ago. I was running on a treadmill. Yeah. I actually ran fucking like a full 20 minutes without having to stop, and I can still do like a set of 30 to 40 push-ups. So I'm not in the worst shape. I just got a beer belly because I drink too much. So I know my problem.
With you there. I've heard this type of thing before from many people that are saying like this shit with ICE is putting us on the brink where somebody is going to use their Second Amendment right. And to, again, right away throw olive branch, I've heard the other side say things of a similar nature about exercising your Second Amendment right, revolutionary means when the party that they didn't agree was in power, when Biden was running shit and everybody was losing their shit. So this is normal. It's just kind of funny to hear.
What's crazy? What's
celebrities say it? Who's not going to fight? Who has no interest?
Well, exactly. So it's like, hey, I want all these people to go fight this war for me. It's kind of like an elitist person who's just like, oh, I just want to watch it from my high tower. I don't want it to come near my house. It was kind of like when all the riots and all that stuff were happening, when the George Floyd stuff, they're like, yeah, they were provoking it, and then all of a sudden they started to hit some like celebrity, like not even celebrities, they were hitting like the news anchors' houses and shit like that, and they're like, okay, guys, we need to calm this down, okay? You know what? And it's like, you motherfuckers incited this shit. You did this. Do you not see the hypocrisy here? Like and that's also the other thing that probably started to radicalize a lot of people. They were like, wait a minute, I'm fighting for a bunch of people who are just like, no, fuck us. Because you know what you're doing when you're burning down your city and you're burning down mom and pop shops, you're burning down your community. The people who probably actually don't want anything to, they don't want any, go after, like, yeah, if you're going to do it, go after the big corporations, go after the big people.
They want to cause, cause the city to lose
which
money.
I still don't agree with, but if you're going to do it, I would actually probably be, I'd what?
Did you go to work today?
I go to work I do Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4:30. So 9 hours, but hour lunch. So every day.
So you went to work today. You didn't support the general strike against ICE. You bootlicker.
Didn't even know it was happening.
I didn't
Neither did. Neither did every single fucking person that comes into our shop and buys, I don't know, $10,000 to $15,000 to $20,000 worth of plumbing supplies every single fucking run, and holds down a business and makes more money than most of these fucking leftist retards. Like they not saying you're a leftist retard. Like my version of leftist is different than me calling you a leftist. Like I know your version of left. I don't think you're as leftist as you claim that you are. You just say you're leftist. Like I consider you like new age leftist, like not new age leftist, no, old age leftist, like 2000s, late 90s to early 2000s, somewhere around there. Is kind of where I'm like, no, I get where you're coming from.
I mean, that's when I went to university and received my education of value. So that's where
that's where your indoctrination happened.
But keep in mind that every single person before my generation, outside of my mom, my dad, my grandmother, all my grandparents were members of the party.
Well, yeah. There you go.
I never had a choice.
No, a bunch of mine were. Actually, a bunch of my family. A bunch of my family is. And then when you when I meet when I hang out the family that never was, like they're definitely more Republican. Like they're probably actually not even full on Republican. A lot. I wouldn't be surprised if most of them don't even vote. They just don't care. They're just like, no, I've noticed the people who even don't vote usually have better opinions than people that do. They're just like, yeah, that sounds stupid as fuck. And you're like, I agree. And then they just constantly say, like, that sounds dumb. You explain what's happening, and they're like, that's all stupid. That's all retarded. This is all ridiculous. You're like, yeah, they're actually technically more leaning towards this side. But they'll never sit there and say that. They don't even care to go vote because they're like, I think a lot of us grew up in an era. To where we thought our voice didn't matter at all.
Vote, dude. A lot of working class
because we're at
work. To Tony's,
we're at work.
Working class people don't vote. They don't have time to do protests. Yeah, they don't. Most working class people don't even watch.
Well, that's the funniest. That's the funniest part. That's the funniest part. Whenever I see that, and it's always some radical leftist who's just like, it's like, why aren't you guys out here protesting? Why aren't you doing that? And it's like we're at work.
Right wing people also do crazy shit. They don't always burn things down.
Do you think that was crazy?
According to
really?
Manifesto, January 6th.
Yeah.
Yes, that was treason.
You think so?
Yes.
You realize even when they got in the building, they used the roped off lines and went through the lines like fucking civilized people.
You see how it's a matter of perspective? Like, I'll agree with you with
that's just what happened.
What people do on both sides, but who gives a fuck about the ropes? Didn't they fucking hurt cops?
They didn't trash the place.
They didn't.
No.
No. All right, I'll send maybe some video sometime, but
I mean that it's kind of like the Ilhan Omar thing.
It is a puppet show, and both sides have strings pulled by the same people. Yes.
It is a puppet show, and some people need to have their strings pulled. Sure. And like, hold on, Psycher, do you really think the normal working class people living paycheck to paycheck are going to just stop their entire lives to participate in a protest that has nothing to do with it?
Depends how they feel about the protest, because a riot or a protest, like MLK said, it's usually the voice of the unheard. It depends how frustrated you are with what's going on, and how much you want to be heard. People are passionate about what they believe in.
The funniest ones
normally don't have time because they have to work.
Yeah, most people have to work, and they're like, hey, get the fuck out of my way. I'm trying to get to work. The funniest ones that I see getting news attention and stuff, and they're like, a whole school walked out or whatever. And it's like, do you realize, or do you even remember going to school at all? Because you know what happened every time any of these protests happen, even when like the MTA shut down, like the Metro bus, whatever, like, and all this stuff. Anytime some giant protests happened and it gave kids a reason to get the fuck out of school, guess what they did?
I love it.
They got the fuck out of school, and they were like, oh, I don't have to go to school today. I can just go walk around and talk shit with my friends. They don't give a shit about what's happening out there. Every dude, my whole school would just no. That's the thing. No one cared. It was a reason to leave. They were like, wait, we can leave and nobody's stopping us. The whole school would just walk out. No one cared. We would just walk in a random direction, and they would be like, "What are you protesting?" And it's like nobody knew what we were protesting.
Bro,
we just went and just hung out.
Being a thing in school for you?
Protesting? No. Well, that's the thing. It wasn't
in general.
Protesting.
Just talking politics in school, like before.
No, not at all. No one cared. Like no one even cared. Like that's what I'm trying to say is no one even cared about the protests. It was just like they heard about it because even back then we didn't have cell phones and stuff, so there's no good word of mouth. You just heard about it through like maybe a news thing, because every morning I remember so I'd take a shower, I'd get dressed, I would sit on the couch for like 10 minutes with my grandma before I went to school, and she'd have the news on, and there'd be a thing that was like there'd be like a random thing, a news session. It was like kids are planning on walking out today.
It didn't affect us until like post 9/11. Like post 9/11, then it became more direct. Teachers became like more direct. Like I don't remember anything in school.
Tony Elias. Unfortunately, I participated in a school walkout back in 11th grade for being anti-Second Amendment because I just followed the mob mentality. I probably walked with a bunch of fucking random shit that I just didn't know what was going on. I just knew that I could leave.
What state would have an anti-Second Amendment walkout? That's kind of weird because every state supports, even the liberal.
Probably one that just had a school shooting, like.
Oh, well,
more than likely. Oh, he says like, I'm 25 and graduated in 2019, so I'm Gen Z. Yeah, so it was more likely during right after a school shooting or something like
I mean, the Second Amendment will never be gotten rid of, and
It'll never go away.
Right, but I think there should be a form of, as far as gun control goes, like there should be vetting. Like if I'm stage 5 bipolar, because I know somebody who was bipolar.
Well, there already is, and that's
they
kind
didn't
of
check
stuff
it properly,
should be
and that
on there.
person blew their heads out or blew her head away. That person should have not been allowed to get a gun. You know what I mean? That sounds legit.
I mean,
right?
that's true to a point, but at the same time, like anybody with that level of whatever, you could be as conscious as you want. Like there's been times where, like, dude, I've known people who were in a bad way or whatever, and at any time, at any point in their life, if they wanted to during that bad time, they could simply go to a gun range, pay for a gun class, get a gun, and just do it there. You never hear about that. They could just, because it's not like there's somebody right there to stop you. You could just go whoop, boom, and just do it. There would be so much more of that. It's like, because they're not fully committed to it. And so like that kind of stuff kind of goes out the window. So if you can go to a gun range, do that, hold a gun, go shoot. A lot of times, a lot of people who are scared of guns and they shoot, they're just like, they get a sense of empowerment, and then they respect it a lot more. That usually happens almost 99% of the fucking time. You know, there's very rare, like at the end of it, you'll just maybe see a couple people who are like, I'm still scared of this. A lot of them are like, that was fucking awesome. You know, they're just like, that was cool as shit. Like they're just like usually into it. So it's like, it's one of those things like, oh, I see it on TV. I hear about it. That's bad. And it's like, come try it. Just give it a shot. Give it a shot. Give it a shot for a second. See what happens. Literally give it a couple shots. There you go. And you're just like, these things are fucking awesome. And it's like, maybe that I want to be surprised if guns have given more people the will to live, just because like I want to go shoot more shit, not people, just random stuff. I want to shoot shit from a distance. And they were like, this is cool. And it gave them a spark of life back because like I'm living again, man. That was awesome. Like I want to be surprised that that's done more good than any of these fucking like idiots who are like, we're anti-gun has ever done. I've seen plenty of videos of anti-gun people going shooting for the first time, and 99% of them the first time they're instantly converted. Exactly. They're like, this is pretty fucking awesome though, right? And you know what? I want to be surprised if like, you know, sure there's the soy boys out there. We all make fun of those kind of people, whatever. Limp wristed, I can't say the word on the internet, but it's like, you know who I'm talking about. But you even seen videos of those people, and it's just like their first reaction is to just, you can see it just like it resonates through them, and then like, oh, I got to go back on script, and they're like, but this should definitely be outlawed. And then it's like, you know, the camera cut and it's like, hey, where do I go buy one of these? Can I buy this one? I want this one. You know that's what happened. And they're like, now I own 7. Like just like that's just what happens. You know that's what happens. And they just can't say that, and they can't throw that out there because that's the one thing about not the one thing. There's many things awesome about being American in general. Even the right to be able to sit there and say, hey, we're under a dictatorship, while being able to say that while not being under a dictatorship at all, and just being able to say whatever the fuck you want because you don't understand what the fuck a dictator means. It's that simple. Like shit like that. You can also sit there and say gun rights are stupid as fuck, and then you go fire a gun, and you could just be like, actually, that was awesome. And then the next clip, you're just like, you know what? That was terrible. I definitely didn't buy 6 of them before I left that store. I did not do that. You fucking did it. You fucking liar. Like, hold on. I gotta change my headphones. Hey, go ahead and say something. I want to make sure my headphones are on.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Testing.
I can hear you. Cool. I switched over.
Sluggish.
Yeah. So Tony Villa says normal U.S. citizens like Hunter and Texans are far better at convincing people why the Second Amendment is important than politicians will ever be. Well, it's important. This is also kind of something that even Sy-Fri was bringing up earlier, where it's like, look, sure, we believe in the Second Amendment, and a lot of people's main defense for it, and I've seen this brought up a lot too, is to be able to protect yourself against the government. That's when the government's actually coming for you. The people that they're going for are not you. You're getting in the way. If you get in the way, yes, you might get shot, dude. But you're not supposed to fucking be there. You understand? Like, they plan out an operation. They're like, hey, we're going to go hit this building. We're going to do that. And all of a sudden there's 100 randos in the fucking way, just waving signs and being ridiculous. You realize that's what's happening, right? You're not supposed to be there. You're counter opposition to literally defending criminals and rapists and all this other stuff. That's what these people are. That's what they're doing.
Right, they're all rapists, dude.
No, there's criminals, rapists, drug dealers.
By an actual fucking rapist. That's cool. That's fine.
That's what you think. That's what you think. The guy who's been around. I don't know. He's just a billionaire for years and years and years. And the only thing that the only evidence anyone has is someone said something from 40 years ago. Would you believe anything that somebody said about
all
you?
The pictures you've seen,
even 5 years ago?
All the documentaries, all the information that exists.
What documentaries?
None of that. Just
all of it's been fucking destroyed in fucking legal courts. It's all been
none
destroyed.
of it's been released, or it's been redacted.
Then what did you see? Then what did you see? If it's none of it's been released, then what did you see? Hearsay? You saw a bunch of hearsay. I could just say a bunch of shit about you, man. And like, is that going to mean anything? Of course not. It's fucking hearsay. It's just words.
Release it and fight it.
Words are wind. You don't have to fight what's not there. If nothing is there, you don't got to fight it.
Okay,
that's
release
the beauty
the file.
of it.
Release the files if he's innocent. Release the files. Why not? You agree with this, right?
Actually, I agree with that. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Because we went
Hold
from.
on, are we talking about the Epstein shit? He just brought it up right now. We're not talking about that fully at all. No, he's just bringing that up right now just because something we brought up for a half a second. That's not what we're talking about, though.
It's the same.
If you're okay with people entering your country legally, you should be fine with people entering your home the same way. That's kind of true. I mean, at what point? At what point do borders not exist? At outside your property line, all of a sudden now they exist. But the government doesn't have a property line now. Like, how far does that extend? Ronnie said, well said, Syfaxx. Hey, man, I'm not the smartest man out there, but at the same time, I might make a decent point here or there. A lot of things I say, it's not that they're pointless, but if I'm talking about movies and stuff, usually I'm more on point because that's more my wheelhouse. Politics is not my wheelhouse. So even talking with somebody who's like, I don't even know if it's his wheelhouse. We just disagree on certain things. Like that's kind of it.
Yes, he does.
Does Psyker have a Berserk manga behind him? Oh no, he has a bunch of cool shit. Hey, look, overall, like we've said it a few times out the stream. Look, we do not agree politically. We're still good friends. There's a lot of we have a lot of overlap in interests. It's all good. It's just as far as like American administration goes at the moment, we're probably diametrically opposed. That's fine.
But we both criticized Biden when he was in office. Remember that?
Yeah, because
I told you and I told Gore, when the other guys are going to take over, you're going to hear the same amount of shit from me, if not worse.
Hey, look, here's a great indictment right here. I want more leftist friends like Psyker. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, people who can agree to disagree. Like, I agree that I do not I agree that I do not agree with you, and he will say the same thing. Like, he doesn't agree with me at all. And at the end of the day, it's like, hey, you want to go grab like a Jack and Coke right now? And it's like, abso-fucking-lutely. Like, let's
you want to get high as a kite and play Night Rain at 5 in the morning? Fuck yeah, I do.
You want to play some Night Rain? Let's go play some Night Rain, dude. We've been on for 2 hours. Let's play some Night Rain. And I actually really liked the last time that we played because I actually got you a win. I don't know if you played since then, but that was cool.
Played so much of it. I've done almost everything. The only
you
thing
played more since then? Awesome.
Do it a lot. I need to get that secret boss in the city, the guy with the lasers and the void something. You know what I'm talking about. So every time.
Were you talking about Elden Ring or the Night Rain?
In Night Rain, there's a boss that pops up. So there's the 4 or 5 secrets And when the city appears on the corner, and you can only do it on day 2, and you got to run to him, and you only have enough time for like 1 or 2 attempts. You did it because I looked at your accomplishments, trophies, or whatever. You got that.
I might have blanked on it, and I didn't even realize. I must have only seen him the one time, and
he shoots lasers, and he throws these weird purple balls. I don't remember the name, but there was a boss just like him in regular Elden Ring by the Scarlet Rot Lake.
Okay. Yeah, no, if I did it,
I don't remember his name either because I don't remember any of the fucking bosses off the top of my head.
There is some random stuff you fight where all of a sudden it's just like achievement unlocked, and I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, I'm just trying to survive out here, man.
Dude, if I'm like trying to get a win, I'm gonna play as Wilder or the Archer, Iron Eye. Otherwise, like it's funsies. Like I can't use all the characters.
Did you get the DLC?
It's free. I haven't tried the 2 DLCs, but
so
I don't
try Undertaker. Undertaker's the shit. Undertaker's
the
the best. Like that one's in my opinion, the easiest one to burn through, just because like you just use heavy weapons and you get so many special attacks that you just melt bosses. Like
I can tell how good the match is going to be based on what classes my 2 partners.
Oh, I can too now. Yeah, it's bad.
Like if there's no Iron Eye or Undertaker or Wilder, I'm just like, okay, it's gonna be a long fucking match. Like if it's one of the characters I know is bottom tier, unless they're really good at that.
The only time I've noticed there's a difference in that is like what skin they have on. Like if they're far enough in the game, they actually have the right skin. If they got a good skin on, where I'm like, okay, because I've done one where I think I was Wilder, so obviously that's a plus. But then it was like Revenant and like fucking what's his name, Raider or something, or it was like I was like, oh man, this is gonna go terribly, and we just melted everything. Like these people just, I was like, and I would like, and it happens all the time. I'm the worst person on the team 90% of the time, so I'm used to it. I'm not good at the game. I have no problem telling people that.
I don't know. You're pretty good from what I've seen.
Well,
you sell yourself short on games as a whole. But
yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad for how much I play. I don't play that often, but when I do play, I'm usually pretty decent at stuff. I can agree with that.
Have you tried going full tank on the Wilder, just looking for the meatiest purple shield?
No, if I'm gonna go tank, I'm gonna try Guardian. I'm gonna try Guardian out.
Guardian cool. Dude, Wilder can tank.
I've gotten shields with him.
Purple shield. He was a beast.
But most runs that I've been doing with Wilder, especially since I got all the good relics for him, is like I end up doing like I end up just finding like a legendary sword that I'm like, I gotta fucking use this, right? Like it's just the best thing ever.
Yeah. I like the
got 13 King style. Hey bro, Psyker, how you guys doing? We're good, man. We moved on to gaming talk, which means I don't know. We might go play some games. I don't know if he wants to play or not. I know eventually.
I was streaming Space Marine all day today because it came out on Game Pass.
Well, I mean, the only other thing I need to do either tonight or I might is to do it tomorrow morning is I got to do laundry. But
do you remember that bar we went to by your house?
Which one, the country one or
no, the bar next to the strip joint with the pool
yeah.
The black spot.
It's called the wet spot. Yeah.
Yes. We should go there again because I haven't been there in years.
I think it closed.
No, it's still open. My buddy just texted me from there.
Is it? Okay. Oh, he's there. That's funny. Yeah, no. If you ever want to come out this way, of course, dude. I know we're about 35-40 minutes away, give or take, depending on the traffic.
Yeah. You're by Canoga, right?
Pretty much, yeah. So that bar's technically Canoga. I'm in Chatsworth. We're like, it's sandwiched in between 2 zip codes. It's 5 minutes away from me.
Okay, yeah. It's 30 minutes for me. And yeah, Space Marine 2, that's my bag. I can't stop playing that ever since it came out, dude.
It's a good game. It's fun.
You have it. Play it, fucker.
I do have it. I just don't know. Well, now talking to you, I was going to say, I don't know anyone that still plays it. Apparently you do. I tried to get people to play it when it first came out. I even bought it for a friend of mine, and then we played it for like a couple times.
Dude, what's his name did that? What's our mutual friend's name? Fucking
Rockavella?
No, Aiden. Yeah, Aiden.
Oh, Aiden, dude, he's
Any
the
game
most.
I play, he pops up. Hey man, how do you like that game? Let's play it together. I'm just like, all right. And then
Dude, he's good people. He's the flakiest person. He's
I'm
like the
bro,
flakiest dude.
Like, I'm always on Space Marine. I have 700 hours put into it. Join me. Like, oh, how do you like it? We should play it. I'm like, yeah.
It's been, I think, like 3 weekends in a row. He's like, dude, man, what are you doing Saturday night? Like, let's hang out. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, I'm going to this. I'm doing that. I'm like, cool. Saturday comes around. I'll be like, it's about 4:00 after I do the Sy-Cast or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll shower. I'll get ready. Let's go. And then I'm hitting him up and nothing. All of a sudden he'll hit me up on Monday like, dude, sorry. I just blanked. And I'm like, what I don't like about hanging out with those kind of people, and I like Aiden, don't get me wrong, but I've seen many people like him. When you hang out with these people, they're consistently on their phone responding to everything all the time. They're constantly responding. No.
You gotta quit saying these people, man.
I really don't. You don't get to dictate my fucking language on my own fucking show. That's not how this happens. This is not how this works. But it's like these kind of people who, like, when you hang out with them, would you text them? They won't hit you back up. You hang out with them in person. They're on their phone the whole time responding to everybody. So I'm like, I know you're on your phone. I know you have it next to you. You're purposely.
Sometimes they forget. Like you ever get a text message?
No, you're purposely. No, I'm sorry. You're purposely ignoring me. You're purposely ignoring me. You're purposely ignoring me because I'm not asking difficult questions. I'm just like, hey, are we still hanging out?
Oh yeah.
You could just say yes. I'm not sending you a fucking paragraph like I'm your fucking girlfriend. I'm a dude. I'm just like, hey man, what's good? Nothing. What's up? Hey, we still hanging out? Yes or no? Just fucking say no. It's all good. These people can pertain to any kind of group of people. Absolutely. Yeah, no. I'm going to, now just because he doesn't like it, I'm going to say it even more. So like these fucking people in chat right here. No.
Wait, but the funny thing, it's you people, right? What was the line from Tropic Thunder? It's you people.
He's like, you people?
Yeah, well, that's you people, not these people. But it still sounds funny.
Yeah, no.
Kirk Lazarus, baby.
He's the greatest.
Henry Cavill's Warhammer TV series. I can't wait for that because he's a fan of 40K. But I don't know if he's ever gonna make that because he's doing Highlander, which I'm also hyped.
Well, he's also doing Voltron.
Highlander, huh?
He's also doing Voltron.
That's right. Yeah, he's got a big schedule, dude.
Yeah,
I love the original Highlander, bro. It's one of my favorite 80s flicks with that Queen soundtrack. Fucking, did you see the cast? Cavill's gonna be Connor McLeod. Dave Bautista is the Kurgan, Clancy Brown, and then Russell Crowe plays Sean Connery's character. Dude,
it's funny. I see a lot of hate for Bautista. I thought he's gotten better over the years.
He's one of the best.
I think he's actually. Actors. I think he's gotten better over the years. Like he's better than The Rock.
Yes.
Which don't get me wrong, that's not a high bar for acting, but he's better than that. And you know who else is actually pretty decent is John Cena.
Cena's better than The Rock.
Cena's actually super.
He knows how to
kind of funny.
Comedy, dude. John Cena would be great in a spoof like Naked Gun, like with the Liam Neeson shit, or Airplane, those types of movies. John Cena would kill that.
Well, dude, one of the funniest ones that Cena did is like it was the one with like Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, and he's just that drug dealer who shows up and he just busts open the suitcase and he rattles off like 60 drugs that he has with him, and he just rattles it off just like it's just another day, and it's just like, and he does it so easily, and I'm like, I wonder how many takes that took because that would have been hilarious to listen to.
Bautista was great. Actually, really Guardians, dude. What was his character's name? Fucking the Guardian.
Drax.
He was fucking amazing at that. And when I saw him in Blade Runner 2049 or 47, whichever, no, Blade Runner 2, in the beginning intro part, I was just like, yo, this dude can act. I'm invested.
Let me
Like,
catch
all
up on some of these chats here. So we got King Style says, "Was this a debate show?" No. We just happened to have some topics that more likely my guest here, Psyker, who's also a friend of mine in real life, we don't agree on, and so
And I haven't been on in a while.
we debate on stuff in person, whatever. We obviously know we don't agree on stuff, but it was a great way to showcase how two people can disagree on maybe some of these political topics, but also, I don't know, still hang out. And it's like, dude, we're looking forward to hanging out with each other tomorrow. So I thought it was a cool way to showcase that. And also, he was one of the few people who responded to me when I sent out any messages. So I was like, he would have still been invited on regardless. That doesn't matter. But some of the topics happen to be political.
Think about it. Most of the other YouTube channels, everybody agrees on the topic. Nobody ever like, no one debates. That does make this different, dude. Just saying.
It does make it a little different, yeah. So hopefully, I mean, if people don't like that, fine. This obviously isn't like the biggest political channel. Usually I do video games and TV shows, and there's like a sprinkle political. It's only been a sprinkle of political because political stuff has been such a hot topic. You got to kind of, like I was mentioning earlier, you got to kind of talk about the elephant in the room. This is the big fucking thing of the day. Let's fucking talk about it. Okay, fine. Now usually I try to get that out of the way, and then also I promoted Film Threat doing their award this tomorrow, which is where we're gonna go hang out tomorrow, and then also Megacon, that's all in my thumbnail and title and stuff like that. It's all there. And now we're just kind of talking about video games and just shooting the shit. So if anybody wants to come on and shoot the shit, or if not, we can wrap it up and go play some Night Rain. I don't know. I'm down for either or. But
have you tried Marvels yet? I mean, Rivals.
I haven't jumped back on Rivals. I heard like Deadpool. There's probably been like 5 or 6 characters introduced since the last time I touched it. So there's probably, I'm sure it's a super different game in well, or at least there'll be a bunch of characters I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'll be like, well, I don't even know what happened. I don't know what hit me. I don't know what killed me. You know what I mean? Because
there's a few, dude. Rogue, Gambit, Daredevil, Angela. You know what's crazy? So you know who Angela is, right? Like the Thor from Thor's universe. You know, she originally was from Spawn, but the guy who created left Image, went to Marvel, sued Todd McFarlane, won. So they moved Angela from the Spawn universe to the Marvel universe. It's kind of crazy.
I actually didn't hear anything.
You know the character I'm talking about?
No, I've heard the character Angela. I remember seeing her being released. I was keeping up with Rivals characters being released, and some like I think Angela was one of the few.
Angela was the angel bounty hunter that hunted.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about. I was like, every other character, I'm like, I know you either. Like, I'm not the biggest comic reader. I only have like I think 2 boxes of comics. And you know, I've watched a bunch of the shows and stuff. I'm relatively knowledgeable. I don't need to wiki warrior my way through a lot of shit. But like Angela was one where I was like, who the fuck is this?
She's from Spawn. She started with Spawn, and she got.
Well, I love Spawn. Like I love Spawn, but it's like I didn't start reading Spawn comics until King Spawn. I'm just being honest. I have like most of King Spawn, Gunslinger. And then there was the team up comic. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I have like the first 15 issues of each one of them, and then I kind of gave up. And it was
the beginning of
my comic shop moved, and I didn't want to drive over there anymore.
Oh, what the hell? I have like the first 2 Spawn omnibusses, and that's it. Damn it, I can't.
Tony Elias says, I'm gonna head off. Unfortunately, I just checked out Syfaxx channel. Hope to see him again soon.
Oh yeah, my channel's been devoid of activity for like the past year.
Yeah, he was doing stuff on. Yeah, he was on Twitch. He was trying. Did you got the amount of subscribers you needed for that? Didn't you? Or
no, I didn't. I didn't get it yet.
How many more you need?
Subscribe Twitch. Yeah, link my stuff. I don't know how to.
Yeah. Put the link in the private chat, and then I can link it out there. Or just type something, and I can make you a mod. And then once you're a mod, you can type whatever you want.
Damn it.
I appreciate
Okay,
I appreciate any and everybody sticking around this long, whatever. Obviously, now we're just shooting the shit. We're having a good time. It looks like 13 King Style is going to be jumping on here in a minute. He's always cool people to talk to. Also, I have another question for you, Psyker. Did you watch Wonder Man?
You mean like the preview?
No, the TV show Wonder Man.
You know what's crazy? Okay, so I was at the Bronson and I met a producer who worked and was part of the premiere, the show. Like I've heard good things from. I now know somebody that's part of the show, but dude, I'm so behind on like watching things. Like I just watched Predator Badlands 3 days ago. I still haven't seen Avatar.
Okay. So you're
like I'm behind on everything, dude. It took me like a year to watch one battle after another when it came to streamers. I didn't even watch it in theaters. No, it's not. It's .tv, not slash.
.tv.
Yeah, that's my Twitch channel. And then the YouTube what you have in your link, but there's nothing on there. The YouTube channel, I still have like videos in my email of me and Mojo drunk talking. Mojo, you met from LA.
There's a dot like right here, like
there you go,
like that.
Yes.
Okay, so click on that second link there. Let me go ahead and copy paste that. So check that out. Twitch.tv/Psychomantis.
Stream my game stuff.
So he streams his game stuff over there. If any of you guys use Twitch, I don't know if I don't know what the crossover is from YouTube and stuff like that. But hey, even if you have a Twitch account at all, go ahead and subscribe to it because I think you just need the sub count or the sub count, right? Like you just need that up.
Dude, I need any kind of exposure because I don't do this yet.
This is great. Peace out, dude. Tony Elias, you've been awesome, dude. Thanks you for responding like most of the night, dude. You've been great in chat. If any time, dude, if you ever want to jump on, I throw the invites out there to any and everybody. Like, just feel free to ever hit me up, either on live stream or at Gallows the Media on X, dude. Feel free. You're welcome on here. Come shoot the shit with us, dude. It'd be great to hear from you. You have a great night, man. I see you, King Style. King Style is in the back. He'll be here in just a second, and then I can have you guys talk while I go use the bathroom and grab 2 more beers. So let me go ahead and bring King Style to the stage. What's going on, King Style?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? It was crazy with the winter storm here in the Northeast coast.
Where are you at again? I mean, just your state. You don't got to say exactly, but
in Connecticut. In Connecticut.
Connecticut. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was so bad I couldn't walk out of my door for like a day/a day and a half. Like I was like caved in, and the worst part was when you have a dog, you have to. He's the type of dog that he can't use it inside unless it's like a pad to take a piss. He can't poop inside, so I literally had to basically make a makeshift thing with a shovel. Force myself, because luckily I had the shovels inside, and then I had to literally make a path near the snow, and it was so cold.
Man, when the snow's that big, if you go and take a piss with your name in it, is it just in bold letters now? Like, is that
pretty much? Yeah, that's how bad it is. Yeah, but dude, there was no help from like the state or anything. Like, dude, it was literally like a ghost town. Nobody was outside.
I've heard there's. I don't know if your state's one of them, but there's a lot of states who basically kind of normally get hit by they don't normally get hit by snowstorms that do not prepare for snowstorms. Is yours one of those states?
No, we do because we're in the tri-state area with New York and New Jersey.
Okay, because there's a few of them that I've heard about where it's like they don't prepare for that kind of snow, and it clipped them. And they were like, we don't have that public service, basically, like how some of these these places that are used to snow that have the snow plows come through, they salt them, they do all that stuff. They have like even I believe in Rock State, North Carolina or whatever. It's like they got them every 3 to 5 miles or something where you can get salt and do all this shit. And it's like it's a whole process. Like they built it into their system because they're ready for it. And there's a bunch of states that I got hit by this that are not ready for it. And these whole states got screwed for a few days and people are scrambling because they've just never dealt with it.
Well, I remember a couple years
kind of interesting.
I remember a couple years back, Texas got really fucked hard in Florida, and I believe Tennessee and maybe Louisiana.
Keep talking. I'll be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick.
It was really brutal, man. Like to the point that, like, dude, I think people died. Not an exaggeration, Psycher. People died in Texas. Yeah. People died in Texas because the plumbing and all that, and oh, it was bad. Like
is this the worst snowstorm, like historically?
I think it was. I think it was their worst storm ever, dude, because they weren't prepared for it.
There's a crazy snowstorm back in the motherland in Russia right now. Like one of the craziest where people are just like sliding off of fucking buildings just because there's so much snow that's uncleaned everywhere. So yeah, maybe it's a global thing.
Yeah, I think it is, man. I think it is a global thing because I think it affected certain states that would normally not be hit. Like it would probably be a normal thing for me because I'm in the Northeast.
Yeah.
And in a little bit in the West where Illinois and Michigan is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a given because we live in the cold. You know, same thing with Alaska, and like you said, like your motherland, Russia. Like when it's around this time period, that.
Yeah,
but when you have Texas and Florida and Tennessee,
I mean, you got to hang out just for one more month. There, February is when it somewhat thaws, I guess.
Well, sometimes it's in March or April, over here. It all depends.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I when I was a kid, I used to love the winter because I didn't have to go to school. Like it would be a snow day for us.
Me too.
But being an adult,
I hate it. I love being in California.
Well, have you always been in your same state?
Oh, it sucks because you think. Yes, I've always been in Connecticut all my life. Yeah. I'm
same here. I'm always been in California, and you'd think I'd be a little bit more limp-wristed, but I don't know. I grew up around, I don't know, construction workers and men and stuff, and bikers, and it was kind of crazy. But.
Dude, since not to jump like 180-degree topics, but I haven't been on in so long. How about Kathleen Kennedy leaving? There's something we agree on there. High five.
Ooh. That's great, except for until you realize Filoni and
okay. Here's where we disagree again. I like some of the things Filoni done. I like Clone Wars. I love Clone Wars. Did you see?
No, what he did?
Cool.
Now, okay, that's what he did. What has he done since Disney took over?
Since Clone Wars?
I agree with Syfaxx. He did some good stuff.
What he did was some okay stuff that people liked.
Were good. Last one, not
but
so
that
much.
was Favreau. That wasn't him.
Yeah, but they worked together, you know. I can't say Andor because that wasn't him. Andor was great, and the show Andor, and Rogue One, obviously. But all of that was what's his face.
I mean, like to be fair, like I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I mean, even on DA's channel,
It's in better shape, dude. It's in better shape than that fucking Sith Lord of a woman.
Yeah, but like I don't know, man. I don't think the problem fully, and I think it's kind of like it's kind of like a cancerous thing. Yeah, sure, you kind of put it in remission for now, but it's gonna come back, and
we'll see. If it's bad, we'll all criticize it. If it's good,
I think
we'll be pleasantly surprised.
I think you're gonna have two telling signs right now. So. The first one's going to be obviously Grogu and Mando, right? So Grogu and Mando will come out, and how well that does is obviously going to tell where Star Wars is really lying, and then what's actually going to show if there's any revitalization is going to be the Starfighter one with Ryan Gosling, because there's actually there's better talk about that movie because not a lot of people know a lot about it. other than the rumors and stuff like that. And there's better talk about the possibility of that one than there is about just watching what looks like 2 episodes of Mando and Grogu or Mandalorian cut together as one movie. Because that's what that show, or that's what that movie looks like. So we'll be able to tell those 2 things are going to be very telling. And I believe, do we get them both this year, or is it one this year and one next year?
I also want to see what he's going to do with Ahsoka, because Ahsoka started really good and fucking hit a brick
wall. Dropped off.
Yeah.
I like Ahsoka, but I'm in the opinion that
I like Ahsoka as a character, and I even like Rosario Dawson. Like, she looks right, but the biggest problem, everybody's
had so much more.
Well, that's the other problem when you try to take like something from animated lore and then put it into live action in general.
Yeah, Rosario
you just can't compete. You can't compete with like the physicality and whatever. Like, there's no dude, or there's not even, I don't know, I mean, there's a couple crazy awesome female martial artists out there who can like swing sticks super crazy, and like you've seen those videos where they're just going off, and it's like that's kind of what you want your lightsaber fights to look like, but you also need to be able to do that while you're fighting somebody else, not just.
And you also have to act. You also have to be acting
to do that. Yeah,
with facial expressions.
She's too slow.
Because that's the thing.
Back Freddie Prinze as a Force Ghost, since Sabine is a Jedi now.
Because think about it, right? You know, when you do kung fu movies, right? Donnie Yen and Jet Li, right? They can do the fight choreography, right? And the stuntman that helps them out to make it look 10 times better. But they can act with their facial expressions. They can also like sell like how they're hurting if they have to. Like, oh my God, I got stabbed with this knife by this piece of shit, right? Just because you're a stunt person, right, or you train doing martial arts, right? It has
like
to be
Jackie Chan is like the perfect example of that. He started as a stuntman type of, and like that was his stunt team that he worked with once he got famous. And it's like he could sell the facial expressions. He knew what it looked like. He could sell it. And it was like, even if he's doing something ridiculous, it was fun. It was like engaging. And Donnie Yen, another great example of someone who's like more serious. And even though, like, so when you're watching a foreign movie in general, I mean, unless you're watching it with an English dub, which I never recommend doing.
I do both.
That's all you.
Yeah.
If that's all you got, then that's all you got. Fine. But I always recommend it in the native tongue, because when you are trying to watch both, because what I end up doing is like, the words, if the dub is done right, or not the dub, the sub is done right, the words will drop before the people are speaking. So I'll read what they're about to say, and then I sync that up in my mind. Like, I'll read it before they're talking, or I'm quick enough to do both type of deal. I do the same thing with anime. But if it's like behind or just dead on at the same time, I get like, it doesn't sync up right. Like I'm trying to look at what's happening while reading. I don't like doing that. I prefer like they drop what's about to happen. I read it all, and then I just listen and I watch them, and I just remember what's going on. I feel that works better for me. I don't know how other people feel about that, but that just works better
for me. When it comes to watching foreign movies / like cartoons, right? I do dub and sub, because say for example it's like late at night or whatever, and I want to just relax or enjoy, or I'm kind of tired, but I can't fall asleep fully.
Oh, I've done that where I've put on a show that I know I like,
yeah,
and I'll put on the dub, so if I'm waking up, I'm hearing English instead of like, I'm like,
yeah, I can't pay attention.
Like, am I getting invaded right now? Like, what is happening?
Don't get me wrong, I love Squid Game, but I can't.
In Japanese. I read subs. I don't give a shit. Like Ghost, like Sekiro, all those games I played in Japanese.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love Squid Game, or I like Naruto, but I'm gonna watch the dub because I'm fucking tired, or I just want to chill out. I don't want to be but I'll watch the sub if it's daytime / I want to be focused. I'm literally putting my all into it, right? Then I will watch subs. I've done it before, and I'll still do it. So,
well, hey, even though, like, so I was talking to, well, obviously Psyker earlier, and like to the chat in general, but and I know I've asked you, but I don't know if maybe your position changed or if maybe your situation changed. Are you going to Megacon this year?
I'm not gonna say no because March is still around the corner.
You got about
But-
2 months to figure out that money situation because I know it's a random
Yeah,
hit to
because
the
I don't want
wallet,
to. I don't
but at
want
the
to tell
same
you,
time-
dude. I don't want to tell you. Yeah, I'm going, and then at the last minute, oh man, dude.
I mean, it's
my
all
money's
good,
in-
but just
you know
be
what I
like,
mean?
hey, it's a possibility. Like it's like if it's in
Yeah,
the
'cause-
if it's
'cause
a
I want to be
possibility,
honest with you,
cool.
bro. I don't want to be like, leading you on to something that's not true.
Well, no, look, I'm going regardless. Whoever shows up. That's cool. But it's like it's if people I know, like yourself and our psycher here, are showing up, I want to let people know. That way, maybe especially it'll probably be a week or two before we go. We'll probably make like a giant group chat either through our phones or on Twitter or whatever, and just be like, hey, that way we can all be synced up and be like, hey, let's meet here, let's go there. Because like I don't know how the con is laid out and whatever. Like I know there's certain things that certain people are going to want to do, but if we're all in the same chat, it could be like, hey, I'm over at X, I'm over at Y, like whoever you want to hang out with, whoever you want to go meet up with, we can all just like link up. Also, I heard there's actually a Megacon app that Angel was talking about. When we get closer to it, probably sometime in March, I'm gonna definitely like Angel. I don't know, he's probably busy tonight, but it's like when he's on the next time, I'm gonna have him go over it. I'll download the app. We can all jump onto it. Maybe we can form a group on there. That way, if people don't want to give out their phone numbers, people don't want to jump on X, people don't want to do that, and people want to join, we can all join that one group and be like, boom, all right, cool. It probably has some type of chat feature, I'm assuming, and that way people can like link up and just do whatever. It's only for a couple days, so it's like, hey man, if we're gonna be out there and you want to meet up with some of your favorite creators, some of your friends from the chat, some of your friends from however you talk to people in this in general, I think that's a pretty cool idea. I think it's pretty awesome because I mean, I've met a bunch of great people through online, through just at the events, through everything in general. And I mean, why not just do that? If you're going to be out there and you're going to be around people that you probably talked to maybe hundreds of times throughout the year, maybe the last couple of years, maybe you didn't have an opportunity to see them, why not take that opportunity to go meet these people in person, man? I think that's a great idea. That's just me. I like talking to people. I think it's awesome.
Yeah,
There's a
it'd be
reason.
great to meet you all. I'm not gonna lie. It'd be cool to meet all of you. So,
Well, I'm looking
Be a
forward to
fun
meeting
experience.
so many people. Either whether, like I said, whether they're in the chat, whether they're people I stream with, it doesn't matter. It's like I want to meet any and everybody. If done, like the viewer count has lowered, but at the same time, anybody watching this on replay, if you're going to Megacon, and you see me out there, don't be afraid to come say hi. I will say hi to you. I will have a drink with you. I will just chill with you. It's all good. Come hang out. We're oddly nice people. It's odd how nice we are. We will hang out. We will shoot the shit. Tell me your favorite movie, your favorite anime. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know. The closer I'm getting, the more and more pumped I'm getting about it. I do like one big kind of event a year, unless there's like a wedding or some other random shit throughout my life that is just like, oh, I'm obligated to go to. I'm not saying that is a bad thing. It's just like, okay. Other than that, I'm like, for myself, what I do personally is like, yeah, that'll be one thing that I do a year. Usually it's been the like the meetups. I'm like, cool, I get to meet a bunch of people that I probably talk to every day in some sort of capacity. And now that I've been doing the YouTube thing for a year, it's like I want to meet these people. Like if I have the opportunity to do so, I'm going to take it. Hell yeah. So I look forward to it. That's why I'm gonna keep bringing it up every stream that I do as we get closer, and then once it's done, I'll probably be talking about it for a couple weeks after because it'll probably be a lot of fun. So, if you come onto the stream, it's just like, why is Syfaxx always talking about Megacon? It's probably because it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be amazing.
So, man,
it's going to be a lot of fun. But hey, Kingstyle, have you seen Wonder Man?
I only saw a little bit of it, not enough to be fully. What are you guys' thoughts on it? Because I know that they basically
Psycher didn't watch it. I watched all 8 episodes. So I feel like
I know
I'm
that
the
like
only one
they
that saw it.
basically. I watched basically the first episode. I don't like that they changed the lore of Wonder Man. It's basically a TV show. Like it would be like, say, Green Arrow, right, in the DC universe was nothing but a TV show. Like King, right? He is just a character on TV for the DC universe that could be a real person there, just mimicking Batman. Like, am I off on that? Like, it's basically a character who they're just copying attributes from the universe they're in, and just saying, "Hey, we're gonna make a show."
No. The biggest problem that the show has is it's not a superhero show. Like when you think Marvel television show, you think superhero show, right? Because
Yeah.
that's the Marvel brand. And so this is not that. If you've seen the show The Studio from Apple TV, the Seth Rogen show, where it's kind of like the best way to put it is like inside baseball of like how the studios work, and they're making fun of how the studios work. In that, they kind of took that concept and just applied it to like a Marvel setting, and not even a Marvel setting. It just happens to be in the Marvel universe. It's a guy with superpowers who wants to be an actor in a world where something with an actor happened that disallows people with superpowers to be actors, even though, like, I believe in the comics, and so I've only just heard this out of hearsay. I've never read the comics, so don't fully quote me on it. But it's like in the comics, because he's Wonder Man, he's basically invincible, whatever. It's like in that he was trying to be an actor, but he was like he was a stunt man. He wasn't like an actor. So it's like, yeah, a super vulnerable person doing stunt work kind of makes a lot of sense. That'd be like the best person for the job.
Well,
Like,
it would make sense.
Throw him through some crazy shit. It's just like, yeah, just hit him with
You know
all
what
the bricks.
You know what
hit him
they
with
should
all
have
the
done?
bullets. Do it.
You know what they should have done with Wonder Man, right? It should
They
have been
made
like
it Fall Guy or the Fall
it should have been
Guy or whatever.
It should have been like a situation, right? The stunt man, right? Wonder Man's like, and the actual actor gets hurt during the production, so he's forced to basically take on the role at such a last minute situation. Kind of like Bruce Lee, because the big boss, he wasn't supposed to be the lead. You know that, right? He became the lead because a different director took over of the project after the original left.
Well,
So
Chuck
James,
Norris wasn't supposed to be there either until he told him, until they talked about it, and he was like, "I want to fight somebody."
Yeah, James Tien, right? His cousin in the movie, quote unquote, which he's underrated too. He could have been a lead in his own right, but he got shafted by Bruce Lee at the time, right? He was supposed to be the lead in The Big Boss or The Chinese Connection or whatever you want to call it. And then Bruce Lee was so charismatic, right, in his scenes that the second director said, no, he's going to be the lead. So you could do that with Wonder Man. You imagine that, like, the guy gets hurt, right? The actor gets hurt by accident, due to one of the weapons or the props fell on him. He gets hurt. It's like, we can't get another actor. We don't have the budget for that. We cannot get another actor. So Wonder Man has to be the actor in the film or TV show. And he's like, God damn it, I don't want to fucking do this. I just want to be the stuntman. So he's like, oh, and it does so well that he becomes famous from this. So you get like a Bruce Lee effect where he becomes like a lead, and he basically is like juggling, oh man, I'm a superhero now, but now I have to be a lead in Hollywood for these like, in semi-indie, like Quentin Tarantino, action movies, right? Or martial art films. And he really doesn't want to do that, but he has to because that's in his contract now. And he doesn't want to get blacklisted. That would be a good show, whether it's animated or live action or in the comics. I think it could work.
I think the biggest problem that a lot of people are having with the show in general is that because it just has the Marvel logo on it, they're assuming it's and the trailers and stuff like that don't sell it as one, but it's like a superhero show, and it's not. Like it's well acted. There's actually some funny stuff in it. Ben Kingsley's really good. The two actually, oddly enough, have chemistry and stuff, but it's just not. It doesn't work in the Marvel universe, which is weird.
It
The
works
only
more
re-
for DC, right? Like a little bit
no,
of
no, no, no.
You,
It doesn't work in superhero stuff at all. It's more of like a buddy type of thing, and it's just like one guy is like it's almost looked at as like a disability as being like happens to have superpowers.
So you're saying it's the X-Men thing with the mutants, right? Like, and not over exaggerated, but like, you know how like in that world, right? You being a mutant, depending on where you're from at the time period, is a death sentence. Like because remember that's what happened with
like
Magneto. They round up all the
it's not like that.
Okay. All right.
No, so what it is like there's something like before Wonder Man, the guy who plays Wonder Man tries to become an actor. There was an actor before him who had superpowers who became an actor, and like something went wrong with his powers, and something bad happened to like a big actor at the time. Like whether you call him a big actor or not, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just like something bad happened, and it was like, oh, we got to outlaw. We basically got to not have superpowered people through it. And so his whole thing is like, well, he knows he has superpowers, but he wants to get by on just his acting chops. But he's such an unlikable fucking character the whole time. Like Ben Kingsley is the only one who really sells it and brings him to reality. It's a whole fucking thing.
Well, it doesn't help that the writers and the people who made Wonder Man, they're that egotistical. Because I honestly think it's probably has to do with them like showing like an insert of themselves. Because that's why the villains in Hollywood, they have to be redeemed, guys.
Maybe, but at the same time, it's hard to talk about with people who haven't seen it, because it's like, don't get me wrong, like the overall show isn't like, it's not bad. The concept is not bad.
I only saw the first episode, but I'll tell you this:
that's not.
Are you going to do a show? Are you going to do a show tomorrow? Because
no, that's also something I mentioned at the beginning of today. That's why I'm doing one today.
Wow.
Is tomorrow is Award This with Chris Gore. He does a award show every year to celebrate like indie movies and stuff like that. And I've been going every year for the last 3. This will be the 4th year. And Psycher here, me and him are friends with Chris Gore in real life. Like we're friends with him. We've been going every year, and it's a lot of fun, and that's why I did it tonight instead of tomorrow. I mean, if I do go live tomorrow, it'll probably be at that event. Maybe I'll just like hold up my phone. I don't like holding my phone out and making myself like a center of I don't like doing that, but maybe I'll do it for like 20 minutes or some shit just to walk around, check out the event, and like just be like, check it out, blah, 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 and just make quick content, whatever. And just say hi to everybody that I can, maybe something simple like that. But we'll be out there tomorrow night at Award This. It starts at, I believe, the main thing starts at 6. I believe Psycher mentioned earlier. The award show itself starts at 7. It'll usually goes.
Looked it up.
So it starts at 7. The
pre-party is 2 hours long.
The pre-party is 2 hours. So the pre-party is at 6. The thing starts at 8. It'll probably go till about 10 o'clock. Yeah. I mean, they literally roll like an actual red carpet and everything. It's actually it's a lot of fun. It's pretty cool.
There's a long line for people that will actually care about taking pics with the freaking red carpet.
Yeah, and oddly enough, like whether people think Film Threat's a big deal or not, actually a lot of people do really like having Film Threat on like their DVD covers, on their poster covers, if they get a good review from them. Like they've been in magazines since like the 80s, I believe. So, you know, they got almost 35 to 40 years of like, clout behind them. So yeah, Chris Gore does have kind of a decent amount of pull with a lot of this stuff, especially when it comes to indie movies and stuff, because they're one of the few outlets that actually reviews them properly, in my opinion. That's why even when I first started doing this, like when I first started doing YouTube in general, I would review everything, but also a lot of indie movies. because a lot of people didn't. And some of my favorite movies of the first year of doing this was a bunch of indie movies. So I'll probably get back into doing some stuff like that just because I think there's some great indie movies coming out. There's also one that I wanted to point out tonight. If you guys want to do it, or if you guys are down to indulge me in a trailer.
Yeah, I'm down.
So this is a movie that people have been talking about for a minute now, and it's because a lot of people have got to see it early. And the reason they got to see it early is it happened to pop up as a screen on scene. Oh, I don't know how it happened in King style, but I'll wait for him to come back. But the movie came on as a screen on scene this Monday. So I believe next week it actually officially releases. Actually, no, I think it's actually 2 weeks from now. So it actually previewed 3 weeks early on a screen on scene, which is pretty rare for movies like this to happen, which is good luck, have fun, don't die. Have you heard about that, Psycher? You haven't heard about this movie? Sam Rockwell, Zazie Beetz.
I love Sam Rockwell. So
Sam Rockwell's awesome. Zazie
everything
Beetz.
he does is solid, dude.
I mean,
Ever since Ninja Turtles.
Even
Solid career.
right now, or like even this early into the year, even like Alan Ing is like, this might be the best movie of the year. Chris Gore is already saying this might be one of the best movies of the year. I mean, I'm kind of in agreement. I think it's the most fun movie that I've seen all year, but it's also we're about to barely be 3 months into or we're about to be 2 months into the year. So
What do you Ooh, Anaconda's out. Well, on TV.
Anaconda's been out since 2020.
The one with Jack Black. Well, no, I'm looking at my little thing that I use to watch movies. I have a little.
It won't be on there. It doesn't officially release until I believe February 13th. So the screen on scene happened to be that on Monday, which was awesome because that was leaked early.
Dude, I just watched Nuremberg a couple of weeks ago. I liked it. That's how behind I am.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it just a minute or two in case King comes back. His internet always seems to be shoddy, more likely because of all the
freaking Stalingrad snowstorm, dude.
He's going through some gnarly shit out there. So what do
you think about Fallout, dude? Have you been watching the new Fallout season?
So I'm a fan of it. That's what I was about to put an asterisk on what I was about to say about it. It's like, so as far as I know about Fallout, I know very little because I've only played Fallout New Vegas. That's the only one that I've played for a decent amount of time. I just didn't like the play style of the game. I'm
a critic of all Bethesda games. Like, I think Skyrim, Oblivion, all those games are tad overrated, but yeah.
So I didn't like the play style of it. I didn't like when you aim, it's like, it gives you 45% chance, 75% chance where you're aiming. And I'm like, I'm shooting at a rat that's 2 feet in front of me. It should be 100% chance. Get the fuck out of here. Like,
yeah, I forgot what the name of that system was. That was what was unique to the Fallout universe.
Yeah, it was uniquely bad. It was uniquely terrible. I hated it.
That wasn't terrible. It was just
different. I understand. Yeah, up your stats and now you're better. I get it. But it's like,
think about it. It's the most like turn-based percentage that you get to control shit you'll ever see in a game.
Sorta.
Anyways,
I mean,
okay, but forget the gameplay. What about the lore?
Well, that's the problem is I've technically only played the one game far enough to kind of like, I understand a bunch of people go into silos and like your character comes out of the silos, whatever. I'm sorry, I watched the show Silo. It's the same vaults. It's Borderlands did the same thing. Oh, we're all here, blah blah blah. It's a nuclear holocaust, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's all the same shit. It's the same idea, different landscape. Well, actually, kind of a lot of the same landscapes. Nuclear warfares went on, or some shit. It's all fine. Well, actually, it's all terrible, but
yeah,
whatever. somebody comes out of there very ignorant to the world, and now they have to go face the new world. The new world is obviously not built for what they were taught. We were taught this, we were taught that. They go out to the real world. It doesn't treat you like that. Obviously, it's a fucking allegory for life. You know, it's like life is not fucking easy. It's gonna slap you around. It's uglier than you thought it was. Ta-da! That's a lot of it. Fallout basically just does that to like the nth degree. You know, it's just. But I think what saves it. It's not even what saves it, because the story is so far not bad, and I don't know how accurate it is to the games. I can't speak on that.
It builds onto the game, but I'll give you my 2 cents.
Yeah, so it's like I can't speak to it towards the games, but it's like I like the actors so much in it. Like what's her name, Ella Purnell or something. Like she's endearing. Walton Goggins, obviously,
Always great.
He's just amazing. He's the most underrated actor of all time. Like I'm glad he's been getting his flowers the last couple of years. That guy he's so awesome in everything he's been in. It's like people are finally discovering him properly. He's awesome. He's just great. Doesn't matter what role he's doing. He's playing kind of 2 roles in this. There's the same character in at both parts of his life.
Yeah, he's either
both,
the original
at both parts of his life. He's conflicted in 2 different ways, right?
Sorry about that.
Oh, good. But it's like at both parts of his life, he's conflicted in different ways. And one of them is like, hey, we're about to, I might be a part of helping destroy the world / save it, or we'll see what happens. And now when you see him as the ghoul, obviously whatever he did in the past either did work or didn't work, but now he just wants to go back to his family.
He's the point of view character because
he really is, without actually being like, he's not the main character, but he's the one that the world sees the world.
Yeah. And also
we as the viewers. We moved on to Fallout.
He didn't do background research. Like, it's a very original take, and he's doing fucking really cool with it. Like, he had no interest of looking up the lore of the games, so it would be.
Well, he's just that that good. Like, he's just that good. Like, well, also, like, if you look at his like filmography and stuff, when it comes to being like, I don't know, kind of more of like a Western badass, or like a Western Midwestern kind of cowboy. Well, he's in Django. He was in Justified. He was fucking amazing in Justified. Justified was probably where he's taken a lot of this from. But instead of being kind of the bad guy in Justified, he's taken on like Timothy Oliphant's character. Like, he's kind of channeling. He's like, I acted across somebody who should be like this. He's like Timothy Oliphant if he was on Dead.
I know it's good.
Yeah, Syfaxx, I gotta use the restroom quick. I'll be right back. Sorry.
Go for it, man. But yeah, no, overall, so far I'm enjoying it. Like, it's one of those, it's oddly enough one of those shows where even though it's based on a video game, it makes me want to go and give the video game more of a better shot, because I never gave the games that much shot, even though I have a lot of friends that were enjoyers of that game. Like, they're like to the point where they bought like Nuka-Cola shirts, and like they were big fans of the game, to where they're like, dude, Fallout's the shit. And I was just like, I just never got into it,
bro.
But I'm an odd gamer. I'm weird. Like, I either like stuff like Elden Ring or stuff like Disgaea. And if there's a massive difference.
You've been here before. You've seen one of my banners, New California Republic, baby.
Yeah, we're a republic, not a democracy. Get it right.
No, it's one of the rare, like, really good adaptations of games, because games are traditionally fucking bad. Mostly. And this one's good. There's a few others that are good. But, like, it builds on. Because I played all the games. I know the lore really well. And I like the little subtle things that added on. Because in the games, they never really talk about. They just say, World War the Holocaust, nuclear Holocaust between America and China. In the TV show, they added the whole, like, it was a false flag. The corporation did this. I like the little subtle things they added. The characters are obviously great. Are you caught up?
Yeah, I just watched episode 7. So
the only thing I didn't like really was the dude. Ron Perlman as the mutant. Ron Perlman is the original voice. Spoilers, sorry. He was the voice of the narrator in all the original Fallout games. So to bring him back, it's like a chef's kiss.
That's good to the game, but fuck Ron Perlman. That guy's a piece
Ron
of shit.
Perlman is fucking. He's a fucking treasure. You shut your whore mouth.
He's fucking garbage.
Great actor.
Like, yeah.
Great political opinions. God damn it.
Okay.
Okay. The only thing I didn't like, because you said you played New Vegas.
That's the only one that I remember playing.
So-
but I mean, when did that come out? 2013. So I haven't played it in.
So
I haven't played it in 12 fucking years. You know, I haven't touched that game in forever.
At least 15, no, maybe 10 years ago. Okay, the only thing I didn't like about the show so far, the whole Legion stuff. Caesar's Legion was kind of weird. It was just like a flash in the pan. Macaulay Culkin, that was cool.
Yeah, so the only thing I can talk to towards this game, or well, towards the game aspect, is basically nothing. When it comes to the show aspect, I can talk to you about that. But as far as the game goes, I might as well be a blank slate. Like I don't know. So like, you know, go ahead and educate me on the game. I have no idea because I'm not gonna sit there and lie to you. I've played that game and. If I technically played it, but I don't remember it because I didn't like it enough to continue on.
I can give you a brief
I didn't beat it. I can tell you that.
The first game, you're a vault dweller. You come out because your water chip's broken. Remember they have that in the show? And then in the first game, you travel and see the world, whatever, cults, gangs, raiders. In the first game, the big threat are super mutants, which they literally just introduced. In the second game, it's the Gecko, the Garden of Eden creation kit, because you're trying to whatever. The enemy of that is the Enclave, which is the US government, which is extremely evil and fascist like, or the remnants of some faction of the government, and they're the ones who created the vaults as an experiment, which is kind of similar to Vault-Tec. Vault-Tec is a corporation, but they created the vaults to basically fuck with people. Each vault is kind of a social experiment, and some of them are meant to fucking fail. The other thing, the Brotherhood, which is almost like a 40K chapter, they're very xenophobic. They hate, mutations, ghouls, anything that's quote unquote unclean, and they worship technology. Jesus Christ, the Brotherhood is actually just like a 40K chapter. It's kind of funny. They're pretty spot on in the show, except they're way more like xenophobic and racist in the show than they were in the game. In the original game, they weren't that bad. This season is all about New Vegas. That's why I'm kind of curious how far you got in that game. Because
I want to say I probably made it Vegas. Like it didn't hold my interest long enough.
The best part of Fallout 1 and 2 were isometric turn-based RPGs. And the coolest thing I remember about Fallout 2 was a place called Reno, where you had to it was like this whole fistful of dollars, Yojimbo thing, where you go into the city and you play the families, the faction families against each other. And they took and created New Vegas out of that, because New Vegas, all these factions that you get to play against each other. The Legion, the Brotherhood, NCR, Mr. House. So now you see some of this in the TV show.
There's not a lot of. I mean, there's factions going against each other, but it's not as
fleshed out.
Yeah, no, it's
and
like
that's okay.
It's a wider thing. It's like there's factions going against each other, but there's not like in the game. It's obviously you doing it against everybody else, but in the show, it's just like this is just kind of happening between all three of them. Like there's events happening to each one of these factions, and they seem like they're going to collide. Like that's about it. It doesn't seem like you're like, if you're the one causing it, you're doing it on accident instead of purpose. Like, because
sometimes they're meant, like you can't in the game do every single faction. Like you have to have multiple save points, because if you go with NCR, if you go with the Brotherhood, it'll conflict. I guess that's one thing the show is doing that's good. Like these entities, factions, whatever, they don't get along.
Yeah, of course.
They made NCR way more commie. The NCR was never commie in the games. Like there's little, but
who the fuck would want to be a commie?
Huh?
That'd be terrible. I said, who the fuck would want to be a commie? That's terrible.
Yeah, have free education and free healthcare. Fucking awful. I like the show, dude. It's been like a rare surprise because I thought it was gonna be terrible when I first heard about it, and I'm happy to be proven wrong, man. My go-to on being proven wrong is when all of us, not me, but like the YouTube community panned X-Men 97, and then that shit turned out to be fucking the Golden Arc. Like, that's one of the coolest fucking things.
No, X-Men 97 was probably one of those things where it's like, look, so I mean, you do realize like why a lot of us in like not just the YouTube community, like I'm barely part of that. I barely just started with it, but at the same time, why people look at certain shows and stuff and you don't condemn it before you've seen it, but all the signs are there, and it's because of
I can see that with X-Men 97, but I'm glad
well, it's not just X-Men 97. I'm just saying in general, where it's like it's pattern recognition. That's all it is. It's simple. That's as simple as it is, and that's
I
the
agree with you.
simplest. It's the simplest explanation is pattern recognition.
But okay, if like there's DEI
you say
stuff,
X, you say Y, you say Z, and all of a
like,
sudden
I don't
those
care if
things
there's
are your
DEI
talking
stuff,
points.
as long as the lore is good. If the lore is good, DEI shit doesn't bother me at all. If there's
DI basically doesn't matter. I mean, that like to
if
be
the
fair, I
story
think
is good, it doesn't matter at all.
No, so what ends up happening is like DEI. When people say DEI now, it's more of a joke. It's just like, oh, something goes wrong, you could just say DEI because it's a joke. I don't think anyone actually fucking means it like that. They're just like, it's an easy joke. More likely, it probably wasn't it wasn't a DEI hire. It wasn't this. It was just like bad management. It was bad, whatever. But it's an easy way to just throw that away, whatever. And if people take that fucking seriously, that's kind of more on them than anybody else. Because I think most people talk in hyperbole. It's just like, yeah, that's a joke, whatever. Like there are some people who definitely take it seriously. There's like the Matt Walshes of the world. There's people like that who are just like, oh, if I see a black pilot, like I'm just gonna assume that person is not as qualified. It's like you're just gonna be like, oh, what the fuck? Like, no. I think there's definitely people out there that exist like that. But for the most part, I think most of us are just like, dude, if you're in the position that you're at, I would like and love to believe that you earned it. That's it. Like a meritocracy, right? Like, hey, you earned to be there. Like you there's a reason you're here. When you do something that's off, then I mean, I guess you're now proving me wrong. And
right.
How many times can so many people prove you wrong until you're like, I guess my assumption has always been wrong. Like, how many times can that happen over and over and over again?
I saw this meme where it was just like critics or whatever fuming over LGBT or queer characters, like, and we're not, but critics aren't necessarily homophobic, but you can come off as that. But like, I have no problem with any kind of character, creed, race, sexual orientation, as long as the story is good. What I do have a problem with, what I agree with our critic community on or whatever, is when they take an existing canon character and suddenly change it, like suddenly make Obi-Wan gay or suddenly make Luke gay, like stuff that's existed for 40 years, that's been a certain kind of way, and then you're changing it. You know what I mean? Like, I fully support gay characters in movies, because prior to now, they had no representation whatsoever, because it was taboo to have those characters in the 50s, 60s, whatever, leading up to.
Sure, but I mean,
but like, let's have new characters, Give them
exactly. Just simply make new characters. I think that.
Don't take Luke and make him gay. Luke liked Leia until he realized she's a sister. Incel.
Yeah.
Incest.
Where he's like, hey, we're connected in some way. It's like, yeah, you're connected through the Force, not forced incest. Like,
yeah, dude, relax.
Like, it's like, oh shit, my bad. Like, yeah, there's a connection here. Yeah, it's not what you think it is, brother.
So in X-Men 97, they kind of made more non-binary with his pronouns, and they made him gay, and it worked. They hinted that he was gay for Wolverine and all that, and it worked. Both worked because he's a shapeshifter. He can literally be they, them, anybody, and his new orientation.
Yeah, but also
the story was amazing.
But also that works. That also works because just because Morph thinks that doesn't mean fucking Wolverine does.
Right.
It's like this guy from Wolverine, like, I don't know, 19 the last 1900s or whatever. He's like, I'm 100 years old. He's like, I don't believe in any of that bullshit. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
it's like, just because you like what I look like doesn't mean I believe in your shit. And you know what? They still were able to work together. That's how shit is supposed to be. Look, do whatever the fuck you want at any point that you want. Once you're at a reasonable age, right? And then after that, go from there. It's all good. Like, most people, for one, don't care because, let's be honest, most people probably don't give a shit about your opinion, for one, to begin with, let alone when you are of age to actually have an opinion. They're going to assume you're wrong because you're not. It's not even that you're not educated enough. That's my favorite fucking saying from the left is educated. Is these people are not educated. It's just because you can regurgitate fucking words out of a fucking book that was reprinted 6 years ago compared to a book that was reprinted 20 years ago, and you don't even know what fucking you can't even do math in your head anymore. You're educated, you can't even do math in your head. You're the educated ones. Get the fuck out of here. I literally work with a couple people like that, where it's like they'll sit there. Something as simple as like, dude, there's 80 feet of pipe we need to pull, and it's all by 20 feet. How many is that? It's 4 pieces of 20-foot pipe. And they're just like, they'll ask me for it that simple. And I wish I was joking. I fucking wish I was joking. If I were to sit there and be like, I need 80 feet of pipe, every foot of pipe is 20 foot. You should just like, what is that? And it's like, if somebody asks you that in response to that, you should almost just put your head down and be like, that's your education system.
You lied on your resume.
Well, I like this kid. He's nice. Like there's one specific guy I'm talking about because he's a nice kid and whatever. But
don't throw people under the bus online.
I'm never gonna throw his name out there, but I'm just saying in general. Still. I just happen to work with a person who is like a product of the education system, who constantly asks me questions as simple as that, and it just baffles me, where I'm just like, oh my god. Well, the worst part is actually we don't work with 20 feet. We work with 21 feet. So it's like the pipes are 21 feet. So if it says 84 divided by 4, it's still 4 pieces of pipe. But he's just like, because the 4 is there, he doesn't know how to do it. Like, he's like, if it was a 20, I guarantee he'd be like, got you. But it's like the way that they teach math now, it's like they don't do math in their heads anymore. They don't know simple division. They don't know simple multiplications. They don't know shit like that. They don't know the difference between 5/8 and 7/8. I work in a construction style fucking environment. They don't know 7/8, 5/8. They don't know 3/8. They don't know 1/8. They don't know fucking a quarter is actually smaller than 3/8. They don't know shit like that. And if you don't know shit like that,
for you, man, it is what it is.
I mean, it's just it's baffling. It's baffling.
I would hope people in your industry would, have a basic grasp of measuring dimensional knowledge.
So where I'm at right now, because I'm back in like a warehouse position instead of like out in like the field type of deal, like I don't have to deal with people who don't know how to actually imply or like apply those metrics and stuff like that. It's people just giving them the tools to do so. So but it's like you're still pulling the wrong tools for the people, like, and so somebody, somebody gets yelled at for basic things. It's because I simply didn't work for a full year. I have no problem admitting this. I've already admitted this in live stream many a time. I wasn't working for like almost like 9 or 10 months because I was just like, I was looking for a job. No place would fucking hire me. I've been a fucking manager and led plenty of places. And oddly enough, at the last company I worked at, I took them from the red to the black. And if you know what that means I turned them from not profitable to profitable, and I still got let go. Well, and it was because her husband lost his job, and they needed to replace him. So I was the highest paid person at that job, and he did all the designs, even though he doesn't know how to fucking implement and how to do any of them. He knows how to design them because he actually knew how to do like the stuff for it, but he couldn't use tools for shit. It's like somebody who's just like, I know how it's supposed to be done, I just can't fucking do it. He was that guy. Yeah. I was like, I can fucking do it, I just don't know how to design it. So you usually need those two people to work tandem. So now you got this old fucking dude, and their company, dude, they've lost like, the last time I talked to one of the last employees there, they're down to they're on their last limbs. I just find it a win. I'm like, yeah, I might have lost my job for 9 months, but that company's about to go under, and I'm doing just fine. So whatever, fuck them. Like, sorry, I tried to actually make it work for you guys. My bad. But some people are cut out for certain things. Like, I'm not meant to make fucking plans on how to design shit. I understand that. I can fucking build it for you, though. Give me the plans. I can read those plans and fucking do it. It's kind of crazy how many people are like, I don't know, they're built for different things. Whatever.
Sounds normal. We're equal or we're not the same. What's the saying?
No, it's like, I couldn't do it without him. He couldn't do it without me. Now you want to take over both jobs? Now nothing gets done. Have fun with that.
It's 9. How do you feel about jumping on the Night Rain?
I'm down for some Night Rain. I don't think King Style's coming back.
We can continue, I guess, streaming from our PlayStation.
Yeah, I just need to switch my cord over. It's already over 3 hours. I'm not going to do laundry tonight. I already set an alarm for tomorrow to wake up early, get everything done, get ready. I'm not sure about riding either with you. I'll text you either early morning tomorrow. Well, not early, like say
I might, now that I know it starts at 8, because Paulie wants to go closer to 8.
You might go ride with him. Like I already plan on driving myself up there. And Aiden might come with me, so I might. I
can't go to you guys, but if you guys stop by Glendale, you're more than welcome to come with me.
No, exactly. But I mean, Aiden lives like a mile away from me. So
is he gonna go because he missed the last 2? I remember he said he was going last year. He said he was gonna go the year before. He didn't go to either.
He hit me up about it, and then guess what? Could you guess what he didn't do? Guess what he did not do? Oh, he didn't hit me back up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's fine.
But anyways, hey, out there to all the people in the live stream, I thank you guys for stopping by. I mean, I didn't expect it to go 3 hours. I was expecting to do it solo for about 40, 45 minutes, maybe an hour tops. But thank you for Psyker for stopping by. Thank you for King Style. Hopefully he's doing well. Hopefully his internet connection is doing all right. And let's see here. Great. Peace out. Ronnie says, night, guys. Great stream. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Sorry if we rambled on about a bunch of bullshit between politics and stuff. But hey, that's just how me and Psyker talk sometimes. It's all good. Oh, excuse me.
Best show ever.
Good. It's always a lot of fun. Obviously, hey, this is a great version of a show to show how people who can disagree on vehemently everything politically can also come together on literally everything else. Like, well, that's a pause. That's a pause. That might be a pause. But we don't need to come together. We need to hang out together and go play some video games together, like we're about to do in just a couple minutes. So I'll be starting another live stream.
It's on a different format.
Yeah, we're gonna do a live stream here in just a minute on some Elden Ring, Night Ring. If you want to hear us, I don't know, continue either this conversation or watch us do some gaming, come check it out. Please like, subscribe to not just me, but also Psyker. Also check out King Style. I don't think he has a channel yet, but Go check it out. And I will catch you guys on the next one. And maybe tomorrow I'll either be live streaming some of Award This. If not, maybe I'll do a couple videos or piece it all together, make a video out of it. It'll be a lot of fun. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. See you later. Bye.